Hello everyone, and in today's video I'm going to be doing Lynette's Hangout Quest. So if you do enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. So let's get straight into this. So let's go to the quests. Let's go to story quests. Go to the Hangout section, and we've got Lynette's right here. I've been waiting a while to do this, so let's get straight into it. It's called Checks and Cats. Alright, boom. Begin Hangout. I haven't done a Hangout quest in so many months, it's insane. Alright, there we go. Go to the area near Hotel de Board. Okay. Is that how you say it? Hope it is. Alright, let's go then, I guess. Let's start. I guess you're going to be meeting Lynette straight away. So... Alright, so she should be down. Yep. Oh, it's like, bro, I thought that was like a body. I was like, bro, you just beat someone up. Damn. That's a little cat. Is that the net with the little kitty? Bro, I just completed the 2.1 story for Honkai Star Rail. I thought the Traveler was gonna say this. Holy damn. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, you've got these things. What are you up to? Uh-oh.
It's you. 1 second. Now activating chat mode. You made me jump.
I hope we
there.
learned why she does that.
I thought they'd finally caught me.
Is someone out to kidnap you?
Objectively speaking, the trouble was entirely of my own making. Half an hour ago, I was at Hotel de Boer for a drinks reception. It was to celebrate the successful opening of a show, but it was draining my energy. So, I waited for the right moment, then snuck away so I could switch to standby mode.
I see, so they sent someone to find you and bring you back, but what?
Probably because I'm playing the lead role in the show.
The lead role?
Is that so surprising?
No,
I'm
it's
always
just
getting
why would you
invitations to do
leave?
solo performances. I just usually get Linny to write back and turn them down. But then came the Fontanalia Film Festival.
Oh.
We took all the kids from the House of the Hearth out to see a film. And after it finished, they all started clamoring for me to try out acting for some reason. Even Linny was chanting along with them.
Oh, of course he was.
Anyway, it just so happened that a director called Mary who had sent me an invitation right around then. I'll spare you the details, but basically, I ended up accepting it.
So this is the dramatic debut of the magician's puppet, huh?
Yep, you nailed it. I'm playing the role of a puppet.
Oh.
In fact, the show's called The Lost Puppet, and it's a masked mime show. So, I don't have to do any facial expressions or say any lines. Literally just a series of physical movements. The director says it's a very avant-garde art form.
He said that. But I feel like she would be like a very good like acrobat. So I feel like good like at acrobatics and stuff. So I feel like she'd be like really good for this. That does sound pretty how to say that. But can people understand the plot?
Art is not comprehended by the mind, but felt in the heart. At least, that's what the director says. Anyway, if nothing else, the opening performance seemed to go down well. At the drinks reception, everyone was crowding around me, saying, triumphant character portrayal, faithful adaptation of the original work, unequivocally, quintessentially avant-garde.
I thank God.
Stuff like that. But being the center of attention is draining. So the moment they left me to go harass the director instead, I was out of there.
For once, you weren't able to use Linny as a human shield.
The other thing is, some weird things happened while I was on the stage.
Cats are surrounding you? Oh,
sorry, Bonnie. I didn't mean to leave you out of the conversation. My bad.
I take it Bonnie's your pet cat and say no.
No, we just met. We bumped into each other right after I slipped away.
And you've already named her?
Well, it'd be kind of difficult for us to communicate otherwise. Besides,
I think
she's taken a liking to the name. Haven't you, Bonnie?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Good kitty. We'll go find your owner soon, I promise.
Owner? Not a stray cat then? I don't know. It
Nope.
sounds like we're doing text
She's wearing
messages.
a collar, and for the most part, she's pretty well groomed. If she is a stray, she hasn't been for long. Her stomach's been growling a lot. I guess she must have been missing for a few days now. As much as I'd love to hang out with her for a while longer, her owner's probably worried sick about her. Assuming she has an owner, that is. But the reception... I should probably show my face there again at some point. Even if it's just to make excuses and leave again. Decision time.
There we go, we go find the owner. Is this a tough choice for you?
Well, I just find it exhausting. Thinking through all the different ramifications of different choices and so on. That's more Lenny's area than mine. So, unless it's something really important, I usually just leave the decision-making to him.
But for once, he's not here when you need him. Bet that doesn't happen often.
It's fine. He got Feminate to make me a little something for just this situation. Poof! A phaetometer.
Oh, this is the thing they had in the special program to extend the time because the program was so short that they needed something. So... What's this? Oh, and you... Oh, okay.
It looks pretty over the top, I know. But it's essentially just a box of cards.
Okay.
He kept the design simple, so it'd be harder to break. The way it works is, I pick a card at random,
sure.
then look at the number on the card.
And how does that help you make a choice?
Well, for example, if the number on the card is 5 or higher, I help Bonnie find her owner. If it's less than 5, I go back to the reception.
Simple and straightforward. How many... What does the number go up to, though? Is it just a normal hand of cards? Or is it like...
I just have to believe in the bond between
that means
me and
helping
my
Bonnie
cards,
has
and
a
my
high
fate
chance of happening.
will reveal itself to
technically.
me in numerical form. At least, that's what Lenny said. Anyway, I guess I'll give you a demonstration.
She's going a lot of other people say. Meow. Oh. As let Fuck, I stopped that up.
Was I using it wrong? Maybe if I just...
Wouldn't you just put your hand in there and pull out? Lenny smacks the cardboard, goes to the ground, then she picks it. Oh my god.
Clearly,
broke
there's some
it.
design flaws to iron out. I'll have to let Fremine know.
I feel like maybe this wasn't a design issue.
Let's see.
Oh, I like the little
Which
green
card
slash
did
of
I
hair here.
get?
I like that.
4.
Lesson 5, so that means no helping. Oh, no, she's sad about it. You know she was hoping for a 5 or higher. No helping Bonnie.
Well, the cards fell on the ground though, so I don't think it counts as fate. If you want to
you
get the
picked
right
that one
answer,
up,
you
though.
have to let fate decide. Also something Lenny said.
Yeah, but it was fate who made you pick up that card. Technically.
So, to put it another way, if picking a card up off the ground is how to not leave it to fate, then that means it must be the wrong answer.
I think what Linny really meant is sometimes you have to accept the answer you didn't want. Yeah. Yeah.
Or... why don't you pick a card? Since I ran into you here, that means... our fates are, like, interfering with each other.
Yeah! You should read the Razzle Dazzle link to Linny. Alright, I'll pick another card out now.
Thank you. This one is final, I promise. Here, take the phaetometer. If it's 5 or
Where's the
above,
manual
that
expressions?
means fate successfully
Oh, it would have been.
changed. Anything lower than 5 is a fail. Also, if you have your own thoughts about what I should do, feel free to share it. Now that I've got a good problem solver here to help, I don't need to run every little thing by fate.
I'm not sure. Let's leave it up. Let's leave this one up to fate. Yeah, okay. We have to do this.
Alright.
Alright. So this is actually
Then
random.
let's see where
out of
fate
those
will
3?
lead me.
Oh, okay. Wait. The random check street by fate to after serve 1 to 20. Lynette. Okay. I thought it went higher than 10. So literally, it's such a high chance of helping Bonnie. It's insane. Is the double display grade equal? Yeah. I don't get. All right. Oh my god, this is actually cool. What the fuck? Fuck.
Back to the drinks reception.
I have to ask about this deck of cards.
There's 20 cards in total, numbered 1 to 20. So there's only a 1 in 5 chance of drawing less than a 5.
I thought. Yeah.
I should also
I
mention,
thought that was that from the
this
beginning,
time
to
the
be
cutoff
honest.
was 5.
I was thinking of the special program. I was like, I swear I went higher than 10. I mean, clearly you don't want to go. You could just...
Nope. I said it was your decision. I'm not gonna waste any more energy dragging my feet. Besides, the drinks reception is technically part of the job as an official publicity event. So, if I bail on it...
You'll feel guilty
I might
inside.
get sued for breach of contract.
Oh.
That would be a huge pain in the butt. One other thing. Do you want to come with me? If you're free, I mean.
Oh, to be honest, I thought Will just gotta, like, help Bonnie out and find it ourselves, but sure, that'll leave... Then you have at least one friend there.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
Both of those are literally the same. Oh, we got the fame monitor now. Oh shit, wait. Oh shit, that's cool. Alright, let's go. Oh my god, bro. Oh, yeah, the whole time I was like, I'm pretty sure it goes higher than 10. Oh my god. That was funny, actually. That was good. I'm actually liking this. It feels more like a text message, more like an actual conversation, though, from how the traveler's saying things.
There you are, Lynette. Where did you disappear to? Leone and I have been looking everywhere for you. Wait,
are you two, like,
where did
twins?
you get the cat?
Because I do not like how you two are 100% identical. Oh, we brought Bonnie with us. Okay, nice.
I found her outside. Do either of you happen to recognize her?
I don't think so. Could belong to one of the guests, I suppose.
Nahida? Is that you?
Fair enough. It was a long shot.
So sorry we couldn't help you, Lynette.
Don't worry. We'll ask around for you. Leone's probably just being forgetful.
Maybe you could leave her with us. We'll take her to the reception desk and see if they know anything. And if not, we'll just keep looking.
Sure. I would help,
Damn,
but I'm
Nahida
a
took a
little
lot of forms.
preoccupied. Sorry to dump this on you.
Oh my god, Nahida's occupying more bodies now? Oh my god, bro. You already did it to Catherine. Fucking hell.
It's no trouble at all. We're happy to help however
Saw how
we
that
can.
turned out.
Also, if it's no trouble, I mean, could we maybe get an autograph? And maybe a photo too?
Oh, that's sweet. Come on, you have to do it.
Leone, you can't spring that on her now. Not while she's working. At least wait until the event's finished. One last thing, Lynette. Director Mariu's looking for you. We'll take the cat to the front desk now. See you later.
You're so popular.
I'm not usually required at these kinds of events, so I don't even have an event mode. Alright, guess I'd better go see the director.
I want to ask about these, like, modes, you know, like,
Spectacular
if it's like a
choreography,
coping mechanism type thing
masterpiece
or
of
not,
mise en
you
scène,
know?
and the
I feel like
performance.
it would be.
Oh my, groundbreaking, dripping with je ne sais quoi. My congratulations on another magnificent show, sir.
Jesus,
Yes, I, for one, was particularly captivated by the clearly allegorical narrative undertones. The Lost Puppet shines a spotlight on the impact of technological advances in our modern society.
So many big words.
Particularly as they relate to changing modes of emotional expression and the challenge of mutual intelligibility. Such a pioneering work, so far ahead of its time. A tour de force of avant-garde theater.
Tour de France.
I can already see the headlines of tomorrow's newspapers. They will certainly be singing your praise, Director Mariu.
But it was a group effort, of course. To convey emotions in a silent show with no facial expressions, the entire cast had to go above and beyond. Everyone truly outdid themselves.
Speaking of the cast, Jillian, another strong performance from you in director Mariu's latest show, as of course we've all come to expect from your numerous successful collaborations to date.
That's quite an overstatement. I've only ever played supporting roles.
On that point, you stated a few months ago in an interview that you were looking to secure a leading role in your next show.
Oh,
what
damn.
led you to the decision to stay in a supporting role this time around?
Too many
We
questions.
had a discussion about this, and while Lynette hadn't previously performed in an acting role, we were blown away by her talent, and she was a perfect fit for this character. Quite simply, this was the role she was born to play.
Exactly. I was honored to share the stage with her. Lynette worked extremely hard in all of the rehearsals, and she's an incredibly talented actress.
Let's go. And here she is.
Oh, Lynette's back!
Hey, Lynette, where have you been?
Were you in standby mode? Some reports say you switched that state to recharge after a show.
Ah, method acting, of course. Such a compelling portrayal of a mechanical puppet could only be achieved by an actor who lives and breathes their role even while offstage.
Those seemingly stilted movements
Jesus
were in fact an
Christ, everyone,
inspired
chill out
portrayal
with
of
your
the character.
paragraphs
The
of
ostensibly
yapping.
bad acting,
Jesus.
in reality, was the product of supreme acting skill.
Oh, I went outside and there was this cat there, so I played with the cat for a bit.
A cat? We've long heard that you are a kind soul as well as an incredible actress.
He is
no
so
wonder
confused,
Your
holy
debut
shit.
performance has garnered
I
such
don't blame her.
popularity.
This show looks on track to break box office records for avant-garde theater. Lynette, any words for the fans?
Not really, no.
I believe Lynette is trying to say that the act of performance itself is the actor's true means of connecting with their fans.
I don't think so.
Oh,
I don't know.
See. Lynette,
I just
any
don't think she wants
comments?
to talk.
Right, exactly.
But don't you want the fans to know how you're feeling right now? After the
Oh,
hugely
shut-
successful opening of
Can
your
we get-
first ever show?
Oh, can we get Charlotte back? Holy damn.
That's true.
I'm sure the fans would love to learn a bit more about you too.
How interesting.
Inside, observe Lynette and see how she's doing. Oh wait, but what happened? Okay, so is this only up to 10? Or what is this? So what do we have to, so what is this? This one? This is a... What does that mean? Does that mean she's... Lynette's voice was so deadpan during the interview. She sounded like an auto reply bot. Hold on, Lynette. Lynette has only just finished performing. She needs to recharge.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm so
So,
sorry.
so we're helping
How
her
rude of
out. I
me.
guess if you got lower than 10, we couldn't, we wouldn't have helped, maybe.
Huh?
So this
Wait,
is all gambling
You're,
now.
you're the traveler who's been in the news. Did you come to see the show?
Wow, are you a fan of Lynette too? Do you have any comments on her first performance?
Oh gosh. Oh Jesus, I forgot we're popular as well. Yeah, let's show the kids both. Oh, it's like it's a crowd event. You're alright.
Yeah, it's just... Turns out, even with you here to share the load, I can't cope with this stuff, even in tea party mode.
Tea party mode?
It's a power-saving mode for participating in conversation at tea parties. Normally, I can get through an entire conversation just with, Oh, that's true. And how interesting.
Oh, that's crazy.
But
That's
at a
crazy,
tea party,
man.
I'm not normally subjected to a constant stream of questions.
Oh no.
The energy consumption of that interview just now was 3 times as much as the average tea party.
It's a bigger judgment. Give it some time. Maybe after a few interviews you'll get used to it.
I think I'd rather pray that I never have to do it again.
Lynette, Director Mariu would like you to join the group photo to commemorate the successful opening of the show.
A group photo?
Yeah.
It's just the members of the troupe, along with Maloney and Corentin. Everyone's waiting for you.
Alright then. See you in a minute.
Lynette and Zero go to do the
3,
group photo.
2, 1, smile.
Come on, can we see the...
My
No, we didn't
thanks
get to
to
see the
each
photo!
and every one of you here for your help in making The Lost Puppet a success.
I want to see the
group
photo.
photo is already being printed as I speak.
Please say we get to
You
see
can
it.
collect your copy from the first floor after
Do we
the
get to keep
drinks
it?
reception concludes. May it serve as a reminder of this fabulous performance every time you see it.
Maryu! Get over here. Let's have another drink. There's a few things I need you to glance over for me.
Wait, that means the reception still wasn't
I
over?
thought the group photo was the final hurdle. Well, at least there's no more people hounding me with questions.
First, I would want to leave at this point.
I just need to find somewhere to switch to standby mode, and the time will fly by. I hope.
Oh no. Okay, you can't really talk to anyone. Okay. Oh, she's went up. Oh yeah, she completely left. Farina?
Hotel de Bour's Ile Flottante is as wonderfully sweet as ever.
Okay. Farina, you managed to get an invite to the drinks reception too?
Traveler? Lynette? Oh, wait, hold on. What do you mean, managed to get an invite? I'm an expert in the dramatic arts.
True.
Of course I was invited.
Yeah, true. I'm just shocked that I didn't start to see her.
Naturally, people wanted to hear my comments on the emerging art form that is the masked mime show.
So then, what do you think?
Remarkable, and a very worthwhile artistic
I don't
endeavor.
expect to see Farina here.
Exploring
What
a
the fuck?
character with no lines or facial expressions.
Farina's awesome,
who
so
can
I'm not
only
complaining.
communicate
Cool.
how they feel through their movement. Your performance was beyond anything I could have imagined, Lynette. Clearly, this was a very suitable role for you indeed. Basically, I think I'd give it a positive review overall, just not as gushing as the crowd downstairs. So, you thought they were pretty over the top too? In fairness, it's normal to bring along some vocal supporters for publicity when a new show opens, but still, this was something else.
True.
Then again, I'm no specialist in avant-garde theater. Maybe I'm just not well acquainted with their review criteria. Or maybe it's because I came to the show with some preconceived expectations. I did happen to see the original draft of Maryu's script a while back. What original draft?
Oh?
He didn't show it to you? It must have been a few months ago. He came to me to get some advice from an experienced performer's perspective, and then asked if I could write a few reviews of his new play. I had a lot on my plate at the time, so I had to turn him down. I only skimmed a few sections, but they seemed quite different from the final version. I can't say I remember the plot, but I don't know. The protagonist just seemed more complex, I guess. Especially in the last two scenes. Still a mechanical puppet on the outside, of course, but she seemed to have more emotional depth on the inside. Emotional depth? Oh, I'm just thinking aloud here. Don't take it to heart. Besides, a script and a play are two very different beasts. There are so many fine details to consider when turning a story into a stage production. More than most people could imagine. Especially with a novel art form like a masked mime show. I'm sure Maryu had his reasons for the changes he made. Change of topic. I see you've escaped the crowds to seek refuge on the second floor. Fame can be overwhelming at first, can't it? Perhaps you'd benefit from hearing about the experiences of a veteran celebrity such as myself. No thanks, I'm good. Pretty sure this will be my first and last time in this situation.
Who do you think is more popular now? Do you think the Traveler or Farina is technically more popular now? Because technically the Traveler is popular all over Tibet, but Farina is most popular mostly in Fontaine. But everyone knows about her, you know? I wonder.
Hey,
I wonder who would be.
Let me finish. I have top tips on dealing with belligerent reporters, slipping away to hunt down snacks during the intermission. Tell me everything. First, take a seat, mon ami. We must partake of Hotel de Boer's fine desserts as we talk, lest they go to waste.
The three of you enjoy some delectable treats, and that's all I could
That was
read.
very educational.
Educational isn't the word I'd use. They didn't mention acting once in the whole conversation.
I expect most of the people downstairs have left
About it.
by now. Time to grab my copy of the group photo and get home.
Please don't get to see it, for the love of God. If you don't see it, I'm gonna be mad. Down here? Oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. No, it's probably not very professional for me to jump down
Photo
the
must
balcony.
be in this envelope right here.
Well, I feel like it's not, and there's something else that she should
Finally
not be looking
over.
at.
If it wasn't for you,
Oh, sorry,
I
I
don't know how I
skipped.
would have standby moded my way through the last few hours.
Any normal person would find an event like this stressful, but enough to warrant Lynette leaving halfway through. When you left the event midway, what was the real reason? Oh? I mean, if you really don't want to talk about it.
It's fine. It's just... It was such a minor thing. While I was on stage, there was a moment when I felt like someone was looking at me. It was only for an instant, and I didn't even see who it was.
Just like a
Somehow,
feeling.
I knew it was a look of contempt. I got a vague sense of it again during the reception. Like someone was giving me an evil stare. But I couldn't figure out who it was.
Oh, please say it's not giving you... Oh, is it giving her flashbacks when she was a child and she got taken away that one time? And, you know, the knave came and, you know, killed the people and stuff? Oh God.
Normally,
I don't like
I'm
this
used
already.
to lurking in the shadows on the stage and spying on other people. So, it was strange. Feeling like I was the one being spied on this time.
Maybe it's just karma at that point. I'm joking. Could it have something to do with original script Farina mentioned?
Or someone just took a disliking to me for no real reason. Sometimes you can like one person and dislike another for equally pointless reasons.
Yeah, true.
Anyway, it was just a momentary stink eye. That's all. Nothing
Yeah,
for you
okay.
to worry about.
Okay. Well, if you're not worried, I'm not worried.
Okay, problem solved. I'm gonna take this envelope and go home now.
Oh, there she is. You heartless puppet, you've ruined this work. Hand over the role of lead actress immediately. Fucking Jesus Christ, okay. So I'm guessing it was that blonde woman who did that? What, it's a threat? Yeah, I was gonna say it's not a threat. Yeah, it is a threat. No.
You have destroyed this work of art. Step down from the leading role at once. Based on the tone, I'd say threat letter is right.
It has to be that blonde woman because she was gonna do it, but then she turned it down for some reason. So maybe she... This is far more serious than a momentary stink eye. We need to get to the bottom of it. Damn, I did not expect this. Examine the letter to see if there is anything amiss. Think back to what was happening on the first floor while we were taking some time out. There were a lot of people downstairs at the time. Any of them could have slipped the letter into the envelope. All the envelopes were left on the table on the first floor, but nobody was tasked with watching them. I could ask for Sesha, but it's unlikely they saw anything. Examine the letter to see if there is anything amiss. Oh, I thought they were together, to be honest. The unsealed envelope contained the group photo, the threat letter, and some photographs of Lynette from during the show. Oh, that's just weird. So someone's just taking photos of her? That's just odd. This was definitely meant for her. The letter demands that Lynette step down from leading role but stops short of saying what will happen if she doesn't. Neither of us recognize the handwriting. It's messy, perhaps to cover the tracks, or maybe this person just has messy handwriting. True.
I don't think we're gonna find any more clues here.
It's like, well, they could be pretending, or they're just bad. Shall we ask Marix of what he makes? What? Shall we ask Marix what he makes of you have destroyed? Oh, this
Yes,
work of art.
let's.
Okay, it's quoting it. Okay.
Whatever destroyed means, it could have something to do with the original script that Farina mentioned. Also,
Yeah, maybe he changed
I'm gonna
it
have
for
to ask you to
Lynette,
stick
maybe?
around a while longer.
That's all good. Yeah, but it's all good. It's all good. But I feel like he changed it for
I can't
Lynette.
believe how well the whole Lynette's debut acting role thing worked out. Even the avant-garde box office is lapping it up.
Please choose a freaking tone and stick with it. Holy damn, that messed with my ears so much.
How could I ever have doubted you? If you hadn't stuck to your guns and kept sending those invitations, this opportunity would have passed us by.
See? I told you. All the times she'd refused in the past were all the more reason to keep inviting her, because it turns into a big talking point. Can you imagine if you'd gone with Jillian? You'd have been lucky to get half the ticket sales you've ended up with.
Okay, it was her that it would have been her that was sent. Damn, they do not like her.
True.
Maybe she's putting out the
Well,
anger for
Jillian
them
still
onto
needs
Lynette
to get
because
a
she
few more
got the role and they like her more.
productions
Maybe.
under her
That makes
belt.
sense.
Do you have a moment, Director Mariu?
Marry you. Oh, that's how you say it.
Oh,
Ah, if it isn't the star of the show! We were just talking about you. Hmm? Oh, and is that the legendary traveler with you?
Where's Paimon, bro? Paimon's still asleep.
I'm guessing you're here to discuss the
Is
show
she
with
eating?
the director?
Either one.
Oh, you're a talented and hardworking actress, Lynette. It's no wonder you're getting such rave reviews.
Passive checks are a special type of checks that you need to actively trigger, but instead will automatically trigger at specific times. If you pass, you'll find some hidden information such as irregularities in a person's attitude or certain details. What the fuck is happening? Despite his effusive words, the look in his eyes suggests he's not quite so delighted with Lynette's newfound stardom.
I'll leave you artists to discuss your work in peace.
But he was speaking
Mary,
so highly
make sure
of her
you give your
when
star
she wasn't around.
performer and her friend your full attention.
And she was saying how bad the show would have been if the other person got it. Unless the other person is her daughter. Is his daughter, sorry.
I certainly will. Lynette carries the fortunes of our entire troop on her shoulders.
Who was that?
Mr. Maloney. An investor or something, I think. I've never asked him.
So, what can I do for the two of you? I'm afraid I'll have to dash soon as I'm meeting some friends from the newspaper. Otherwise, I'd love to stay longer.
We won't take up too much of your time.
We heard that the original script for The Lost Puppet was quite different from the final show. I'm kind of curious to know what the protagonist was like in that version.
Probably the suit Gillian or so.
Oh,
Maybe.
well, this is a surprise. I didn't think you'd be interested in that sort of thing. It's not uncommon for scripts to undergo major changes as they're being brought to the stage. But I'm afraid there's not much to tell you in this case. The protagonist has stayed the same from the beginning to end. A mechanical puppet with a bumbling body but a sensitive soul. A stranger in time who doesn't belong. There's no doubt about it. You are the protagonist, and the protagonist is you. The success of one is the success of the other, and that's what made this show an artistic triumph.
Sorry, you've lost me. Can you put it in plain words?
Put it into razor language? Man, if she said that would be so funny. Put it into razor language, please.
All right then. Delving deep in the search of core truths is the job of an artist, after all. You shouldn't give your attention to early drafts of the script, Lynette. All it would do is sow confusion where you already have clarity.
Would it?
The current script is
I feel
the
it's good to
final
see
version
how the
because
script
it is
transformed.
the
I feel like
best
that'd be a good
version,
thing, maybe.
and
I don't
your
know.
performance
I don't
best
know this.
brings
I'm
that
not
script to
experiencing
life.
this sort of thing, but I feel like
Why, if it
seeing how the
weren't
script
for
transformed
you,
would be a good thing.
I doubt any audience would give our show the time of day.
If everyone is happy with Ned's performance, then how do you explain this
What
letter?
letter? Oh my goodness!
That was the worst acting skills I've seen in my goddamn life. I mean, like, because I feel like he was supposed to act shocked, but then he was like, oh my god, bro, that's crazy. Or maybe he was being serious, I don't know.
Destroyed this work of art? Really?
And this...
Well, Director
Damn,
Maria,
crazy!
any idea who might have written it?
No. Who on earth would write such nonsense?
We found it in the envelope containing the group photo. Could it be someone involved in the production?
Absolutely not. Without Lynette, this show would be over. Everyone's hard work would go to waste. No, there's no way that this is someone from the troupe.
Well, is there any way Lynette could lie low until this blows over?
Yeah, maybe Jillian could fill in for me for a while.
What? No way, out of the question. The protagonist has to be played by Lynette. Jillian can't...
Thought you've already completed it.
She's just not what the audience is looking for.
Maru's eyes are darting around as he's lowering his voice. Is she around? Hoping she's not around?
I've got it. It's a competitor. Yes, this letter must be from a competitor of ours who's trying to get under Lynette's skin.
Or he's trying to find a way to get out of
You
it.
can't lie low. That's just what they want you to do. The moment you step back from performing, they'll put their rumor mill into overdrive and drag us through the mud. They're just waiting for their chance to kick us while we're down.
A competitor? Really?
Definitely. Those lowlifes. Slander and libel are all their specialties. They drown out the truth with a flood of misinformation, and they stop at nothing once they get riled up.
You sound very familiar with their methods.
There's so many of them out there. Fame always seems to attract haters, no matter what you do to try and keep everyone happy.
I can't disagree with that.
But don't worry, I will get to the bottom of this. Stay strong, Lynette, and keep up the good work on stage.
Disagree with that, to be honest.
I have to go and meet my friends from the newspapers now, but rest assured, I'll be discussing countermeasures with them.
So, a competitor, huh?
Do you think that's it?
I kinda doubt it.
Why would they be
We've
there
dealt
in
with
the
those
first
types
place?
before. Usually their goal is to steal our
Why don't
venue
you
for
invite-
their own show.
Why
or
would they
to
invite
cover
a
up scandal
competitor
by
to their
planting a
dinner
story
thing?
to divert
That
public
doesn't make
attention.
any sense.
But at the moment, I don't think anyone's got a reason to do any of that stuff. Let alone pull a stunt like this. A threat letter is quite extreme. Besides, when I felt that evil stare, I'm pretty sure it was coming from somewhere backstage. So that rules out a lot of people.
So it would be Gillian because she was like a supporter role. So it has to be Gillian.
I'm actually more concerned about Mariu. When I mentioned Jillian, his reaction was pretty unusual.
It sounded like he went a bit more sad, bit more quiet, and more like worried in a way. So you noticed that too?
Especially since Maloney mentioned that the initial plan was to cast Jillian as the lead.
Jillian, not Gillian. Jillian.
Sounds like there was an original protagonist as well as an original script. I should probably go talk to her.
Do you know where she lives?
Yep. She told me she lives in the Flow of Sandra.
Okay. Probably should be going blabbering about that, but I'm talking about Jillian. Oh, down here. Oh. Why do I feel like they're treating her differently because she lives down here? And that's why they didn't give her the. Oh, I actually hope that's not it. This is something out of Jillian's control to live here. So I really hope that's not the reason. Knowing these people, probably is.
Lynette? What are you doing? You're not welcome here.
Wow, attitude, and I swear to God, you changed. You look very different.
I've been to the Fleuve Sandra plenty of times before. This is the first I'm hearing about me not being welcome.
Things are different around here. You might be used to a crowd of bootlicking morons fawning over you wherever you go, but not down here. We know what you are.
Bootlicking morons?
She's got a bone to pick with you, I guess.
I don't know. I've never met this kid before.
Oh, this.
Gina, stop that!
Oh!
Go home now!
I was about to say, I swear the hell you look different. Oh, okay, that wasn't her. Okay, so that was her daughter?
Jillian!
Or her friend?
No buts. How many times do I have to tell you? That had nothing to do with Lynette. If you don't leave right now, I swear I'll never invite you to one of my shows ever again.
Jillian! Just because Lady Farina speaks highly of you, it doesn't mean you're all that.
I have a few more choice.
I'm so sorry. Gina's always been a strong-willed child.
Right, okay, daughter.
That's why I never let her visit me at work.
Oh, it's because she's mad at her daughter's mad at Lynette because Lynette took the main role from her mum. I can see that.
It's okay.
Okay.
I have younger siblings too, so I get it. She's in her rebellious phase, huh? If you let angsty kids get you riled up, they'll drain all your energy. So don't worry, I won't let it get to me.
Well, this situation's a little different in this case, but still, thank you.
She seems pretty nice.
What brings you to the Fleuve Sandra?
She seems pretty nice and normal. We came to see you. Can we?
We heard about it from Maloney.
Oh, I
He
talk about the
said
original thing.
you were originally supposed to play the lead.
Maloney, huh? Of course he couldn't keep his mouth shut. I'm sorry. I never mentioned it because Director Mariu was very clear that I mustn't let any of it affect you.
Circumstances have changed. Lynette received this letter.
What's this?
Okay. We know she's not lying. Bro, how many times we got to see this goddamn letter? Holy shit. Getting up here surprised. Yep. Thought so. On his face, there's panic and doubt. The sender thinks that Lynette has destroyed the show. Could it have anything to do with the original script of protagonist?
I don't know, who would do something like this?
Okay, it's not her. I thought it was out of jealousy. That's why I thought she did it, but don't worry.
Don't be scared, Jillian. Just tell us
Now I
what
actually
you know.
have zero clue who it is.
Okay, I'll try. It's true. I was originally cast as the lead in The Lost Puppet. I've worked with director Mariu many times before, but only in minor roles. The audiences and critics never had much to say about me. Nothing terrible, but nothing amazing either. A few months ago, Mariu started working on a new show, so I plucked up the courage to ask him if I could take the leading role. He was hesitant, but he agreed to let me try for the part. We did a few rehearsals, everything seemed to be going okay, but then...
Lynette showed up.
There's been a change of plan.
Yeah, Lynette showed up.
The leading role will now be played by Lynette.
Lynette? But she always turns these things down, doesn't she?
And that's why we cannot afford to waste this opportunity. Jillian, I understand how you must be feeling. But Maloney and myself have to do what's best for the production as a whole.
Now, why do they not like Lynette?
Next time,
I'm confused.
the lead will be yours. I promise.
I was incredibly disappointed at first, but I also know full well that I don't have Lynette's star power. Without Lynette, How could we ever convince people to pay money to go and see a masked mime show? And if the show was a flop with me in the leading
Lynette is
role,
popular.
how would I answer to the director and the rest of the cast? Then, I got to meet you on stage and found that you're really down to earth, in a way that not many celebrities are. You were kind to everyone, and your performance wasn't bad. Whatever disappointment I had left at that point, I certainly wasn't about to take it out on you.
By wasn't bad, you mean it wasn't great
That's what
either.
I was thinking.
So, I'm guessing Mariu changed the script to simplify the protagonist. Make her a dumbed-down version of the mechanical puppet that I could actually play.
Yeah.
He did make some changes to the script, yes.
Oh, that would not feel good to hear that, actually, thinking about it. Yeah, I would not feel good. How do we get our hands on the original draft? Who currently has it?
Jaik, one of the other actors.
What the fuck is
He
that?
likes to collect Dr. Mariu's old drafts because he hopes to be a director himself one day. He also lives nearby. I can
Okay.
arrange for you to meet him at the tavern.
Makes sense. I always see him talking to Mariu. Alright, see you at the tavern then.
Okay. Where the tavern? Oh, wait. Where? Oh, here. Fuck. Tavern. No. Yep. Okay. Yep. Here. When I think tavern, I think I'm thinking the Dawn Winery Tavern.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Angel Share. That's what I think of.
Jillian brought me up to speed on the situation. I'm here to help however I can. Here, this is the script you're after.
It's very rough. Looks like he was constantly editing it. It's practically unreadable.
That's always the way with pen and paper drafts.
Yeah.
Even the final script is full of last-minute changes by the director. There should be a cleaner copy of the original script in here somewhere. Sorry, it's all a bit mixed up. I just grabbed the whole stack of paper since I was in a rush.
No problem. Now activating search mode. I'll go through one page at a time.
Oh god. Okay. That's gonna take a while. Alright, we've got to sit down first. I think we should do that. Investigation notes. There are newspaper clippings in amongst the notes. They're about the shows of different styles. Those on the first few pages have turned out yellow, which means they must be quite old. Basically, look for the mentioned lyrics. Okay, so we search by +5. Jesus. Oh. Okay. Oh, so no, so +5's it normally. Rurik's name does appear in some earlier clippings, but mostly in articles bemoaning a series of lukewarm receptions for an experimental art form and empty seats at avant-garde played despite critical acclaim. What the fuck did I just read, bro? In more recent years, there are many reports praising Rurik as a forward-thinking director, one of the greats of his era. The articles are written by a variety of authors from a range of fields. Okay. Original script. Let's see what differences are between the current version and Lost Pup of the original script. Maybe higher than 12. Yep. Okay. Freaking lot of gambling over here. Act 4 seems... Yeah. Wait. That's 4, right? Seems to have the solo performance by the protagonist. I get confused with 4 and 6. To be honest, I get really confused. The protagonist and the set is just some decrepit ruins. The notes saying there will be a focus on the audience attention on the solo performer. The official script, Lost Power of the dancing puppet protagonist is rejected by humanity and begins searching for the meaning of life. Ah! Oh damn, we destroyed that. Absolutely destroyed it. The protagonist loses the ability to dance due to wear and tear in her circuitry. There's a note saying some cursory movements to get the point across will suffice. The audience focus will be the fans instead of the extras. Okay. What? Oh, over here. Good. Make sure your skate is little bit amended. It's basically illegible. Oh god, what happens here? No, I can't read this. No! Oh my god. So, okay. So you have to get lucky to be able to breach it. To be where the older words of photograph performers are attached. Does that mean we got it? Okay, we did get it. Photos of recent years show fancy venues and polished sets, but the early photos show much humbler venues. The cast slide shows Reese of various color with some famous celebrities, but the action shot was distributed and mainly is listed as an investor. Okay. Oh my god. Yeah.
The protagonist returns to the ruins where she began and performs a dance in honor of her deceased companions. She dances until her joints have rusted stiff and mechanical parts are falling from her body. Yep, that's not something a novice could hope to pull off after just a few months of rehearsals.
The basic plot is the same. She loses the ability to dance due to wear and tear of a circuitry, but there's much more emotion behind the scene. The memory of her former companions coming to peace with her life. The simple set and solo performance means the lead actress has to carry the whole scene herself. It's a much more demanding role than the final script.
Frankly, I think that the original script is much better, and the original lead is the best fit. Jillian, shall I go tell Mariu to put you back in the leading role?
What? Are you serious? But the next show is at the Opera Epiclese. It's such a huge opportunity.
But if
But not such a rare one for me, though, right?
Yeah, true.
That's different. This isn't you as part of a magic duo. It's a chance to star as the main character in a show. You'll reach whole new heights of fame.
Fame
I think she
in
doesn't
small
want that.
doses has its perks, but too much and I'll get overloaded. But if you play the lead, the fame will be yours, and I get to be free. Sounds like a win-win, don't you think?
I get to be free.
It'll never work. There's no way Director Mariu or Maloney would ever agree to it.
Well, Lynette can't quit either. Could be a breach of
The
contract.
set for Act 4 would need to change, as would all the marketing materials. And that would mean asking Maloney for a lot more Mora. Changing actors at the last minute is just too risky. If anything went wrong, it could bankrupt the whole troupe. Plus, Maloney's friends have already published a ton of articles saying how this is the role that Lynette was born to play. No one else can play the protagonist now. If Lynette quit the show and I took her place...
it would destroy the reputation of Maloney's friends. None of their future articles would have any credibility.
If Lynette left, they'd sooner stop the whole show than let me take her place.
Stop the whole show? But all the people in the troupe, months and months of everyone's hard work would all be for nothing.
No wonder Maru will say anything to try and keep Lynette on board. Convincing him to replace the lead won't be easy. Is there any way? No! Oh my god. Oh, so we need literally just 3. Oh my god. How the fuck does that happen, bro? We need at least 3. Marissa never back down and goes, maybe breathe those neck. It's no good. Marissa would never consent to it.
Consent, huh? Then, how about we don't ask him?
Huh? Wait. Surely you don't mean. Lynette explains her idea to the group. Fuck. What is
And
it?
that way, he'll be forced to make a choice.
You know, it's a little crazy, but it might actually work.
Oh god.
No way. It's not worth taking such a huge risk just for a chance to be in the spotlight.
Jillian, you said before, whatever disappointment I had left, I wasn't about to take out on you. In other words, that disappointment is still there, but you've kept it bottled up inside. Be honest. You still hope to play the leading role, don't you?
But the thought of putting so many people out just for my sake?
You think they'd be put out? That's not how I see it.
Jillian, you were more dedicated than anyone during the rehearsals for the original script. We all saw how hard you worked for this role. And I think you know that unless we decide to make a stand here, the path we're on is only going to take us further and further from our dreams, all of us. So take it from me, you would not be putting us out. Not one bit.
Whether the plan succeeds is up to you.
You guys... Okay. Let's do it. I will play my part.
Yes!
Nice.
I knew you'd come around. All right, I'll let the rest of the troupe know and we'll start preparing immediately.
Wonderful. This solves everything.
Wait, but what about the threat letter? Do you have any idea who sent it?
As long as we stick to the plan, I'll give up the lead role, so it won't matter anymore, right?
But surely you want to know who it's from. If they're out there and no one's keeping an eye on them, what if they come looking for you?
I doubt they will. It's supposed to be a threat, but they didn't even say what would happen if I don't meet their demands. Plus, the handwriting is kinda childish. Doesn't look like a professional intimidator to me. Who knows? Maybe it was just a fan of yours having a moment.
A fan? Of me?
Maybe there's someone out there who really appreciates your talent. Even in the supporting roles.
No, it's a gamble to see if we gotta break her heart or not. No. Oh, fucking Jesus Christ. Bro, oh my fucking god. Oh well, her heart's broken. I don't think there's any son of them. Don't say that out loud.
It's getting late.
Good.
We should be leaving.
Huh? So suddenly?
Come on.
Okay, then that goes ahead and leads you out the town. You seem to hear a sound. You notice a faint sound of sobbing in the corner as you're leaving the tavern.
I'm such an idiot.
Oh?
Sorry for manhandling you. You looked like you were seconds away from figuring out who sent the letter, so I had to act fast.
Actually, I have no idea.
It was Gina, Jillian's sister.
Oh, and she knows.
Just because Lady Farina speaks highly of you, it doesn't mean you're all that.
Makes sense actually. I don't know why I did piece that together. Makes sense.
I'm so sorry. Gina's always been a strong-willed child. That's why I never let her visit me at work.
Was she there though? Farina hasn't released her official review of The Lost Puppet yet, which means Gina disobeyed her sister and secretly came to watch her at work. Oh, okay.
I guess she must have snuck into the drinks reception and overheard our conversation with Farina. She idolizes Jillian, both as an older sister and an actress. And she watched as the dream role Jillian had been waiting to play for so long got snatched away from her by some amateur who's never acted before. To make matters worse, all the critics were hailing this amateur as a perfect fit for the role, and even Fontaine's former biggest star was praising her abilities.
It was too much for her to take. She wrote the letter in a fit of anger.
Yeah, and that pretty much sums it up.
Aren't you going to confront her about it? I feel like she knows because she's crying.
Like I said, getting angry at angsty teenagers is draining. Besides, if it was my younger brother or sister and they found out I'd been treated unfairly or had an opportunity stolen from me, they'd definitely do something far worse.
I can imagine.
I was in Jillian's position once.
God.
Back when Linny and I were starting out, before we got famous, we just had to take things a day at a time. Doing our shows, slowly trying to build up our reputation.
Yeah, you're doing it on the streets. Yeah.
So I can understand Gina's frustration. Still, she could definitely use some pro tips on how to write a threat letter.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Then what is she so hostile towards you? She must have been the one giving you the evil stare, right?
No, the way she looks at me is indignant, frustrated, but not malicious. Plus, she didn't even try to hide how she felt. Whoever was giving me that evil stare was backstage.
One of the two people who were
Blending
talking
into the
about you
crowd
before.
at a drinks reception is one thing, But trying to blend in backstage, where everyone's on high alert waiting to be called on stage, would be a lot more difficult. We'll find out who it is before too long. In 2 days' time, at the next show, I think it will become very clear. On that note, guess I'll see you at the Opera House. Bye for now.
Alright, bye. Okay, yeah, okay. Damn. This is not where I thought it would be going. Wait until 2 days later. 4 o'clock. 1, 2. And there. My god, bro, I have to wait so long. But yeah, I didn't piece that together, to be honest. I did not piece that together, but yeah. It does make a whole lot of sense, but the person staring at her, who was, I feel like it was either the investor, like the bigger guy, I think he's the investor, right? One with like the reddish orange hair, the weird ass hair, and whoever the guy's name starts with M. Who the fuck that is? I wish you could teleport right in front of it. That'd be nice. That'd be a nice thing that Hoyoverse could do. I feel like. God damn it. We friggin' teleport so far away. It's insane. Oh my god, we even have friggin' a Yarker out. So okay, let's go. Whoop! They are praying for children. It's not technically how it works anymore, technically. Alright, I'm really curious to see how this goes, to be honest. Very curious. Oh, it's you!
Oh, you're here! Lynette and Jillian are busy getting ready, so please come with me.
So you have to follow Jay's opera to Curtis to open the show begins. Act 1 in the ruins.
That puppet in the middle.
Oh, okay.
Is that Lynette? She's so pretty.
It's not.
It's starting. Keep your voice down.
Oh, did they change it? Like, but since they're wearing a costume, they can't tell? Ah, cool, nice. Hopefully they did. The protagonist, a dancer, has been abandoned in some ruins. She suspects it's because of a health condition with her legs, which has affected her ability to dance. But then she finds the other abandoned puppets who look just like her. Only then does she realize her illness is just a mechanical breakdown, and she is just a dancing puppet.
Wow. I thought it would be hard to follow, but in the end, it was actually very clear.
Even though her face was expressionless and she didn't speak the whole
I thought there'd be a lot more to
time,
read, that's why I read it quickly.
I felt like I could really understand how the protagonist was feeling.
Act 2, the journey. Oh, there is more. Okay. So mechanical puppets believe in the myth. At the end of the world, there is a god of puppets who can turn puppets into human beings. And so the protagonist and her companion begin their quest. But the myth is a lie, spread by someone who, with nothing but contempt for puppet kind. At the end of the journey, they are kidnapped, dismantled, melted down, and abused. What the fuck, bro? The protagonist helped her companions escape, but in the process became trapped under the rubble of a crumbling building. She closes her eyes and enters into a deep sleep.
Director Mariu really is a master of his craft. And so is the actress in the lead role.
I have a friend who saw the show on the opening day. They thought the critics overstated how good it was, but I gotta say, the protagonist is incredible.
And she closes a thunderous applause from the crowd.
I can't believe it's only been a few days since the last show. Lynette's improved so much.
It's not Lynette.
Just wow! I'm speechless. Words simply cannot do justice to the sheer excellence we witnessed from Lynette on stage today.
Your penchant for the hyperbolic strikes again, Almery. Clearly you weren't at a loss for words when you were writing your article. I saw you hand it to the journalist. Trying to get your critique into the papers the moment the show is over, are you?
Well, you know how it is. The early critics get all the readers. Wouldn't you agree, Mariu?
What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? The first half was a huge success.
He knows
Even
it's
I
not
could
her.
tell the acting was top tier.
My apologies,
Maybe.
Mr. Maloney. Please excuse me for a second.
Yeah, he knows.
I need
he
to
knows.
have a little talk with my actors.
Oh, very, very well. Hey, while you're at it, this might be a good time to talk future collaborations with Lynette.
He knows. He 100% know. He's like, nah, something's really off here. Like, Lynette can't improve that much, bro. Like, come on.
Are you guys sure this is gonna work? What if Director Mariyu pushes back? We're already halfway there. We can't back out now. All we need to do is stick to the plan.
What is this plan that you're so intent on hiding from me,
Director
God damn it,
Mariyu,
bro.
I thought you were talking to Maloney and the critics.
Korantan and Armory have both finished their articles. I went to greet them as a mere formality, but you seem to have availed yourselves of my absence during the first half to defy me. What have you done? Was that really Lynette playing the lead role?
Well done, director. You saw through it.
Ta-da!
Maurice hears Lynette's behind voice behind as protagonist without her costume and marks.
Director Mariyu? I was the one playing the lead role just now.
I switched costumes and masks with Jillian so that I could be the protagonist's companion and stay out of the limelight.
Lynette, why on earth would you do this?
You know my acting is amateur. The only reason I'm being seen as a pro, let alone a pioneer, is because you have critics supporting the show.
But right now, there's a whole audience out there, and you have no hope of paying them all off. Yep, and you can't put, and technically now you can't put Lynette out there because if the acting's up here, then it goes to down here. They'll see you straight through.
If they'd seen me in the leading role during the first half, they wouldn't be expecting anything more.
Yeah.
But what happens now that they've seen Jillian in the role?
Yeah.
If you force me to play the lead in the second half, they'll be wondering, why is the actress suddenly giving such an underwhelming performance right at the climax of the whole story?
Is it because she's not good enough, a good enough actress to play the role? Were the critics wrong? Or is this director not all he's cracked up to be?
These are just some of the questions that will be on everyone's minds during the second half. And those questions will follow them out the doors of the theater after the show ends.
Do you think the critics will still have any credibility there?
There's only one way for you to save your reputation.
This is a smart plan.
And that's to keep Jillian as the lead all the way to the end.
Absolutely not. I'd sooner announce that we're having technical difficulties and need to stop the show.
Wow.
If I keep Jillian as the lead for the second half, what do you think will happen in the curtain call when she takes her mask off? Everyone will see that we've changed actors.
Yeah, and I don't think people would care if the actors have changed if the performance is better.
What will your fans
I don't
think?
know.
They're only here because of you. And what about all the critics who support you? If we get on the wrong side of them, it'll be the death of the whole show. There'd be tickets to refund, fines to pay for breach of contract. The whole troupe's hard work would go down the drain. Don't you see how much this would cost us? You can't just take a job on a whim, then abandon your responsibility the moment you don't feel like doing it anymore. You're playing games with other people's hopes and dreams.
Director Mariyu, please. You're not being fair to Lynette.
Actually, Jillian, he's half right. I did kind of take this on a whim. And my responsibility here is making sure you get back the role that belongs to you.
And I guess part of that responsibility
Damn, that was
lies
a cool
with
entrance.
me, considering I badgered you into accepting the job.
Look who finally decided to show up.
Sorry I'm a little late to the show. Work's been keeping me pretty busy
Oh,
lately.
that's so cool.
Lenny? What do you want?
Damn.
Do you think you can snap your fingers and make all my problems magically disappear?
You could shove you in the box.
That might be a little tricky, but instead, I could make something else magically appear.
What is that?
What's this?
Yeah.
A draft complaint letter, my contract, your legal fees, reimbursement for the ticket, and an advance on the penalty fee for breach of contract. Mr. Mariyu.
Oh,
I'm
she's just
stepping
paying
down from the leading
everything
role,
if everything goes
regardless
wrong.
of whether you choose to cancel the rest of today's show.
If you do suffer unforeseen financial losses from this, you're free to seek damages as per the contract. And if you want to file a lawsuit, there's a draft here that you can use if you need it.
What? That is so funny.
I can't believe this. You're literally handing me a lawsuit against you with a straight face.
Yeah, that's funny.
Of course. All this Mora, it's a pittance to you, isn't it? Must be nice to have the luxury of prior success and fame. Look at us. We're huge stars. One minute we want to go on stage. The next we feel like backing out of the contract.
I just want to skip, bro. I'm not
But
going
that's
to.
okay. We're famous. We can afford it. You have no respect for other people's work. You're treating other people's hopes and dreams like a big joke.
Sure.
You don't give a hoot how much this show means to other people. You don't even care that the whole production might have to shut down because of you.
That's not true. I do care.
Yeah, that's why she's
and
giving
I'm
the role
under
to a
no
better
illusion
person.
as to how much this show means to you.
Oh, brilliant deduction there. Of course it means a lot to me. This is my show. That's the only reason I asked you to be in it in the first place.
Why? Why wouldn't you choose somebody?
Really? Then why do your eyes tell a different story? The way you look at me, it's full of contempt.
Ah, yeah, here was someone spying.
Almost as if I've destroyed your work of art.
Ah, so it's Maru.
What? I would never think that.
I'm so confused why I would hire her and then write a letter saying you're destroyed. What's wrong with you? Like, I'm so confused of, like, your reasonings, man.
A couple days ago, I asked some associates to do some digging for me. I was interested to know who else you invited to play the lead apart from Lynette. Surprise, surprise. Turns out that all the other famous actresses you asked either had prior commitments or weren't a good fit for the role. They all turned you down.
And I would have turned you down too, if not for an unlikely set of coincidences.
You didn't send those invitations because you were looking for a better actress than Jillian, but because your investor wanted a big name in your show.
Ah, okay,
right?
yeah. Makes sense.
Director Maryu.
It's clear as it. Man, actually, that sounds exactly like fucking real life movies right there. Holy shit! It's clear as day that Jillian is an outstanding actress. Okay, that's not English.
To get Maloney on your side, you chose to make Jillian the understudy, and then look for an opportunity for her to take the lead.
But then Lynette actually accepted your invitation, and her acting debut was sure to attract
I
attention.
bet you were torn at first, weren't you? Do you stick to the tried and tested formula? Choose Lynette, use her celebrity to get the critics on your side so that you and your investors can line your pockets?
Or do you choose Jillian, so that you and your longtime collaborator can stage the show of your dreams, the original, unedited version of The Lost Puppet?
Whether you did it because of pressure from your investors or because you were lured in by the money. Ultimately, you betrayed yourself by choosing Lynette.
Oh, I didn't. I didn't betray myself.
Kinda did.
You mentioned prior success and fame earlier, but you're a well-known director yourself, with countless works to your name. Wouldn't that make you successful too? Or maybe, deep down, none of your current achievements really count as success to you.
Right now, you have an opportunity to send Jillian onto that stage and perform the second half as you always imagined it, faithful to your original script.
Yep, it's always for the money.
Your work would be displayed for all of Fontaine to see in its true, perfect form.
Did you say perfect?
Will you keep pursuing a kind of success that you don't even value at the cost of your own artistic integrity?
Or will you act now before
Jesus Christ,
Maloney
you're
and the
talking
critics
a
can
lot.
protest and make your dream come true on the stage? And Jillian's dream. In fact, the dreams of the whole troupe.
The whole troupe?
Director Maryu. Actually, most of the money
How many
Lenny brought
paths,
came
how
from
many
us.
endings
We
are
all
there for
chipped
Lynette's
in.
thing? One or two? There's two, right?
We've worked with
Maybe.
you for many years now.
This is going on for a
Your
while.
troupe has
That's
been
true.
here for you all the way, from the empty theaters where we first performed to the Opera House today. We watched as you slowly started down a path you used to despise. The path of powerful connections, drinks receptions, backdoor deals with critics, and collaborations based on fame instead of talent.
But this is just a temporary measure. I did it for the good of the troupe. And...
Really?
And besides, this is how the whole industry works. Everyone else is doing it.
Yeah, or you could be the only one who's putting out pure work.
Yes, we know. Back when you started, you had to bite the bullet and do these things to keep the troupe afloat. But then what happened? You began to embrace these methods more and more, becoming so reliant on them that every show you put out is overhyped by the media, and every script you write is edited to suit some celebrity's needs. Surely you must have noticed what's happening. While we've been performing at bigger and bigger theaters with each show, the applause is getting quieter and quieter each night, and the criticism from people who've seen the show is growing. Maloney's friends are sycophants. They don't care if the audience is disappointed because the show doesn't live up to their glowing reviews. They praise the things they like and skirt around the things they don't.
Look, I know everyone's using the same promotional tactics, but does that really make it okay?
No.
Well, it's just a stopgap solution.
Bro, just admit defeat. Holy
As
shit.
soon as I've made enough Mora, I'll stop. Things will be different next time. I promise.
Oh, shut up.
Next time, huh? Yeah. Next time, you won't use your connections. Next time, you won't pay off the critics. Next time, you'll let Julian play the lead.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. If you make some money once, you'll want to do it again, then again. Slowly but surely, you turn your back on your dreams.
I won't turn my back on my dreams any longer, Director Mariyu. Never again.
This sounds like more of like a story quest than a hangout quest, which is actually crazy.
Me neither.
Yeah. Oh god. Today is the day. It's time to live your dream. No, this is a gamble. So how much do we need, bro? Oh, we need a lot. Really. Fucking thank God. 39. Oh my god, bro. Thank God it was a success.
I had dreams too. What?
Oh. What's happening? Act 3, I missed. Oh, okay. Yep, she's continuing playing. Oh god. An unknown period of time elapsed before a group of mechanical puppets finally cleared the rubble, freed the protagonist, and reactivated her. They told her, "You have been buried here for thousands of years. The mechanical puppets now rule the world." It turned out that the puppets who had started the uprising were none other than the protagonist's companions, whom she had rescued all those years ago. The protagonist who... the protagonist was now revered as a hero by all of puppet kind. The mechanical puppets asked the protagonist what she wishes for, but she only wishes for one thing.
Huh. The plot here seems a little different from what the reviews said.
The protagonist wanted to return to the stage, so the puppets replaced all her parts with the latest ones available, built her a grand opera house, and summoned a huge audience.
And in the end, she forgot herself amidst the applause and cheers of her fellow puppets.
Hey, no spoilers! Huh? Wait.
Damn it.
Hang on, that's not even what's happening. The set has changed back to the one from the first act.
Oh, Cons. Please let this work out.
No need to be so nervous, Director Mariyu. We only told you Lynette would be quitting the show to get you to make a decision. We wanted you to believe that this show would have to end after today, no matter what you decided. But in truth, I believe that if we choose our words carefully, there's no reason we can't get Maloney to come around and keep the show going.
Lynette is putting his experience at fooling people to work. You two should definitely keep in touch.
You really thought this plan through. But I'm not upset about what you've done. What's worrying me now isn't how Maloney will react or whether the show will get cancelled. It's the audience. I've always thought the original script is better, but will it move them like I've always hoped? When Jillian does her curtain call...
See, now he's caring more about the actual, play now, which is good. You know?
What if people only came to see the show for Lynette? And because of the reviews, what if they don't really care about the show at all? It feels like I've been hiding inside my safe little castle for too long.
At least he's
And now I'm scared to
accepting
go
what he's
outside the
wrong, what he
walls
did wrong. At least.
and hear what people really think.
Oh, I was pressing space. I'm like, what the fuck's nothing happened?
We're right here with you. We'll watch it to the end.
Mr. Road's original script. The protagonist rejects the other puppets, offer of new paths and a grand stage built in her honor. Her only wish is to see her companions again, but she is told that they gave their lives for the revolution. Their bodies lie buried in the ruins where they first met. The protagonist returns to the ruins alone, to where her journey first began. She performs one last dance before the graves of her companions. Her secretary burns out, her pipes became loose and fall from her body. But she keeps dancing till her body completely shuts down. It has taken thousands of years, but at last she has finally found a reason for dancing. Damn, bro.
Okay, this ending is much better.
I love how they brought back the set from Act 1 and gave it a whole new meaning. What a fantastic twist.
Time for the curtain call.
Wonder which one's Lynette.
It's the moment of truth.
Wonder if it's the one with the cat ears
The
keeping through.
applause continue after I take off the mask.
Here we
I
go.
always leave my mask on. No one would ever know.
Some of them don't care, some of them are like, the vote. Farina! Oh yeah, she would be there watching the show, would she? Yeah, see, they don't care. Look at that. See, they only care about the final, like, how, like, he actually acts, not about the actual person there. Like, what acting for.
This is what fame looks like when it's truly deserved.
Yeah.
Jillian, you were amazing! Cyril was tearing up when you did your final solo dance. Well, so are you.
Really? I was so nervous. My legs felt like they turned to jelly.
What looked
I
like
can
an
imagine all
actor
of that,
unsteady
yeah.
on her feet was in fact a poignant expression of the protagonist's frailty in her last moments. Or whatever.
Oh no, I can't take any more of that.
Hey, Mario! What the heck was that? Why wasn't Lynette playing the lead?
Shut up!
Our articles are already going to press. You better have a good explanation for this.
We don't care about you, you dumb fuck.
It was my...
Hey now, it was all of our...
Hold on. The decision was mine, and mine alone. They had nothing to do with it. If you have any concerns, gentlemen, then please direct them to me.
Okay, nice.
Marry you? So it was you? Well then, I trust you'll have no objection to me pulling the plug on this production.
His worst fears coming true. Time for Act 5.
Director Mariu, Mr. Maloney, what on earth is going on? Why was Lynette not in the lead role? It took a lot of convincing from me for her to accept the role, and I had to turn down some big work opportunities to come and watch her performance today. You have some explaining to do.
Lenny, it was all his idea. Mariu, explain yourself.
Wait, Linny, as a matter of fact, this was a piece of performance art. In this play, the masks and costumes serve to obscure the differences between characters, and by extension, the difference between human and machine. We took that idea to the next level with an actor swap, blurring the lines between one performer and the next. So it's in service of the ambitious artistic goals of the production.
What?
It's similar to deceiving the audience
Confused
in a
the fuck
magic
out of
show.
them, then they don't know
We
what to say.
employed this technique
Oh,
as a
no.
means of breaking the fourth wall. It
Ah,
allows the audience
The
to more
fifth wall in this
intuitively
case.
understand the cognitive dissonance felt by the protagonist as a machine trying to reconcile the notion of her humanity. The audience's experience mirrors the protagonist's own confusion and becomes part of the artistic performance itself.
Hold up. What is this nonsense?
Oh, I see. Well, bravo, Director Mariu. You even had me fooled.
That's probably more because you just don't really understand avant-garde art very well, Lenny.
Maybe so, maybe so. Well, perhaps it went over my head, but I'm sure our experts here saw the whole thing coming a mile away.
Yeah.
You must have worked it out by the end of the first half, surely.
I know.
Mr.
Sure.
Amory, I just heard that you managed to write your review after just the first 2 acts.
I'm sure that they will help director Maru by setting future audiences up with a surprise twist at the end.
Yes, you're right. Director Mary, you and I are old friends. You should have said something. Then I could have played along even better.
Yes, well, to deceive the audience, you must first deceive your closest companions. I have to give credit to Lynette and her experience in performing magic. That's what inspired me to take my art to the next level.
You mean your show was partly inspired by Lynette's background in magic? Well, in that case, I'll have to plug it to everyone I know.
Unfortunately, I think Mr. Maloney is going to cancel the show.
Cancel the show? Mr. Maloney, is this true?
While I accept that deceiving the audience in the manner you did certainly has artistic merit, this is not a magic show, and we don't want our audience demanding their money back.
Are they, though?
A very valid criticism, and one that I humbly accept. If that happens, we're prepared to reimburse and apologize to any audience members who weren't satisfied with the experience.
But based on the reaction today, I think what most people wanted to see is an excellent piece of theater and not celebrity cameos.
Plus, it looks like Jillian is better than me at delivering the excellence people want to see. I'm sure audiences will be very happy with the show if she's allowed to stay in the leading role.
Some reviews have to say that Lynette gave her performance... gave the performance of the year. When you say Jillian was the performance of a lifetime...
Maloney, I believe there should still be time to tweak my article. From the look on Lynette's face, I think she's being sincere.
Oh, one other thing. We managed to get a meeting with Lady Farina earlier. All thanks to the Traveler's reputation, of course. Anyway, she agreed to write a review focusing on Jillian's performance and the quality of the show as a whole. She promised to give her honest opinion. And I'm sure today's audience will be discussing her performance too. There's sure to be a variety of opinions.
But what about you, Mr. Corrington? How would you rate the show?
Oh, I mean, art at its finest, clearly. But I'll have to give it some thought before I decide exactly what to write.
Oh, of course. Always good to put some thought into these things. Especially now, with a growing range of voices out there. I imagine competition for readers becomes more fierce when everyone's discussing the topic.
Corrington, Amory, let's go.
Oh, he mad. Who cares, though? Yep. Oh.
Do you think this move needs jazzing up a little? Not jazzing up, per se. I was thinking more like break it down, you know?
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Gina? You snuck in? When? I thought I told you no visiting me at work.
I'm sorry, Jillian, but I had to come.
God damn it.
Thank you both so much. Without the two of you, who knows how much further down that cynical path I would have gone. I always told myself that once I'd made enough Mora, I'd get back to doing what I loved. But somewhere along the way, I started to lose sight of what that was. Just like those critics with their dishonest reviews, I became all about the trappings of success, at the expense of the art itself.
At least you came to your senses just in time, and you've got an amazing group of talented people behind you.
Right. Yes. I'm a very lucky man.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough about my problems. What are we going to do about the threat letter that Lynette received?
I already know.
I've been looking into it a lot over the past couple of days, but it doesn't seem like it was one of our competitors after all.
Oh, it's all good.
Ah, yes, about that.
Lynette, do you have a moment?
Wait, you're Jillian's sister, right?
I'm sorry. Gina insisted on coming to see Lynette. I couldn't stop her.
Lynette, I'm sorry!
Lynette just shot me a glance. I think she's unsure which mode to use in the situation. What's she talking about? Move up to a gamble again? We need at least one. Okay, so this is like a guaranteed. Which is nice. Nice.
Yeah, me neither.
Wait, but...
Oh, do you mean when we ran into you at the Sandra? And you said some mean things to me? As I recall, you were only trying to look out for your sister. It was just a few words spoken in anger. Don't worry. Whatever it was you said, I've already forgotten.
Oh. I see. Well, it sounds like Gina knows what she did was wrong. Owning up to your mistakes and committing to do better in the future is what counts.
I understand that feeling of wanting to stand up for your family when they're being mistreated. Really, I do. But next time, maybe consider a different tactic? Something you can pull off more effectively, and without arousing suspicion.
That's enough. No, that's enough.
Got it.
Stop giving her ideas. Jesus Christ.
Thank you, Lynette.
Jesus Christ.
Why do I feel like I'm missing something here?
Hey, here you are.
Oh,
I was
so
wondering
good,
where you'd
Jillian.
all run off to. Great! Everyone's in one place. That makes this so much easier.
What's up?
What do you think? It's group photo time. We have to commemorate the debut of the Lost Puppet Director's Edition.
Ooh,
Okay,
Director's
everyone,
Edition.
we all have pretty awkward smiles on our faces in the photo from Hotel de Boer, so this time, no forced smiles allowed.
Oh, am I really not allowed to force a smile?
Smiling tough.
I'll try, I suppose. I think I can manage.
Lynette, Traveler, come on! You two
Oh.
should be right in the middle.
I'm going as well.
3,
Damn.
2, 1, smile!
Hey! I'll save you. I always like to save these. I actually love his expression. That's good. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah, I forgot. You read these. A heroic success. My line of sight was a little bit off. It's fine, as long as your smile was genuine. Lynette? Oh, damn. All right, okay. So, how many things are there for it? Damn, that was actually pretty good. Let me claim you. There's 5 different. Oh my god. All right. Okay, that one just ends immediately. Is there different ones for this one? Yep, there's 2. All right. Continue playing.
I always told
All
her.
right, let's see.
Just like those
At least you can
critics
try
with their
senses this
"It's all
time.
right." Anyway,
Alright.
I've been looking.
Ah, yes, about that.
Oh yes, we let it play
I'm
out.
sorry.
We let it play out. Okay, I thought this would be something different. Wait and see how things play out. All right.
That letter? I was the one who wrote it.
What?
Gina? So it was you?
Oh,
Director, it's time for... Oh, okay. Weird energy here.
we got the vibes are off,
I
bro.
think we came at a bad time.
Lynette, Gina must have been worried sick about me. I'm sure even she wouldn't do something so stupid if she was in her right mind. I'm so sorry. I
Oh,
promise
she's
I'll make
getting
it
a
up to you
scolding when
somehow.
she gets home.
Jillian, no! This is completely my fault, and I'm the one who should have to bear the consequences. I got the wrong end of the stick and completely misjudged Lynette.
Shall we hear what Lynette has to say?
Well, since I haven't actually suffered any losses, seeking redress could be difficult. Maybe we could just let this one slide?
Really? Are you sure?
After all, Gina wouldn't be the first person to ever misjudge me, right?
True. True.
That's crazy.
In any case, I think we can all agree it was a misunderstanding and nothing more. No need to overcomplicate things.
But still, I was wrong to write that letter. I should own up to my actions. Make it up to you in some way.
She's pretty insistent. Kids of these days are so stubborn.
If that's what you really
Sure.
want, then how about helping out backstage?
Huh? Backstage?
The crew could always use an extra hand. Plus, it'll give your older sister a chance to keep an eye on you and stop you getting into any more trouble.
Thank you, Lynette. Really, thank you so much.
Nice. The whirlwind events will resolve a few days later. Opera House invitation. Oh, you're finally awake. The show's about to start.
Is it? I'm so much more at home here in the audience. I get to sit on a comfy seat, and I don't have to activate my energy-consuming modes all the time.
Sounds like Gina got more than she bargained for out of the backstage job. You gave her your supporting role in the end.
Mary, you said she's a very promising young
no.
actress, and she has natural chemistry with her older sister.
Yeah, true.
In their capable hands, the show doesn't need me to attract an audience anymore.
Nice. Okay.
Freedom at last.
Fame, you don't feel even a little bit disappointed? Fame was just around the corner.
Fame is more trouble than it's worth. I'd rather leave that side of things to my brother and the others.
Yeah.
I'm happiest when I get to sit in a quiet place, watch them do their thing, and cheer them on.
Like you're doing now.
Yep, exactly like I'm
yeah.
doing now.
Nice. I actually love that one. A seat in the audience where there is someone performing on stage, there will be others clapping in the audience. Oh, I love that photo so much. Yo, I'm finally up here. Wait. Oh, wait, no. That's somewhere I can't. No, we can't go up here. But, alright. Story quests, we're here. Which one do we have down? Snowball for this one, right? No. Alright, so we got this. This one ends immediately. We get hints? After successfully persuading Lynette, the situation seems to have changed. Okay, and this one's just another one of the long ones, and I guess it's 2 endings and then this one. Okay. Okay, let's go to our decision. Alright, let's go. Oh, my crystal flight trap. That can wait. So, we got 2 more. One goes to the ending straight away, which I don't think I've ever experienced. It's just like a 3-minute thing. It's like, yeah, we're done. And then the other one is the other long one. Okay. I mean, I guess we'd have 2 different endings. Let's see if we can try and get the quick one first, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Oh, we sneak up on her? Let's sneak up on her, actually. Oh, wait, no. Don't worry.
I didn't like that. Was I using it wrong?
Oh, my God, bro. You broke it.
Clearly, there's some design flaws to iron out. I'll have to let Fremine know.
I feel like it wasn't a design issue.
Let's see. Which card did I get? 4.
Lesson 5, so it means no helping Bunny.
Well, the cards
Oh,
fell
yeah, the
on the
cat's
ground
still-
though, so I
cat
don't
would
think
still
it
be-
counts as fate.
Oh my God. You can skip all the way to there. I just want to try it out. How about do neither? I'll do that one. If it was that urgent sound would have come looking for you, that applies both to your troop and to Bonnie's owner.
What you're saying is, since nobody's come looking, I can just keep hanging out with Bonnie for a bit longer? Is that really okay?
Bonnie sure seems to like that idea. Oh, fuss. God damn it.
maybe not. As much as I don't want to, I really should be getting back. Besides, if someone does come looking for me or Bonnie and finds me just chilling out with a cat, well, I feel like I'd have a lot of explaining to do.
Yeah, true. Oh. I think you should help Bonnie.
So, we're looking for Bonnie's owner?
So, how do you plan to find Bonnie's owner?
I think I'll go to the Steambird and see about putting an ad in the paper. You wanna come along? I think Bonnie wants you to come with.
Yeah, okay, sure. Sure, if it means I get to hang out with you for a bit longer, sure. Aw, little cat. Little kitty cat. Okay, so I'm doing the long one now. I couldn't do the short one, so... Teleport to the other side of the building, but why not? We have the choice to. Hello.
Every stupendous day starts with a Steambird. Oh, hi Lynette. Hi Traveler. What can I help you with?
We wanted to ask about the latest Tales of Humanity column. Any commissions in there about a missing cat?
I don't think so. Have you picked up a stray?
Yep. If there's no commission to follow up on, could we post a notice about the missing cat instead?
Why, of course. What a kind thing to do. Just fill out the form.
Aww.
Well, we've registered you as missing. You can stay at my place until your owner finds you. Also, I just wanted to say thanks for keeping us company for so long. Well, I should probably head back to the drinks reception. Hopefully most of the people have left by now. If you've got some time, you should stop by my place tomorrow to see Bonnie. There's a nice cup of tea in it for you.
Hey, look forward to it.
Alright, see you then.
Wow, we got tea, bro. Shit, we got delicacies, bro. Wait till next morning, 7 to 9. Alright, let's go. Zoom. 8 o'clock. Sweet spot, right in the middle, bro. Right in the middle. So how is this another long one? I don't get how they could do something with playing with a cat for like freaking like an hour. Because this quest goes for like all combined like I think 2.5, 3 hours, so oh, I can see why. Oh, what is happening here? Don't tell me two people are arguing about if it's their cat. Oh, God.
I believe this cat belongs to me.
I already told you, this isn't your cat.
Oh, God. And we can see why it goes for a while.
Just take a breather, you two.
What's going on? We should see which person Body Guy goes to, and then that probably says the reason. What's going on?
You're here. As you can probably see,
Where's my
you'll
tea?
have to take a rain check on that tea I promised you.
Oh, this is...
At least for now.
This is my friend's
joking,
cat. He's preoccupied with some important business, so I came to retrieve her in his stead.
I'm sorry, but I feel like I would rather actually have the owner here. The way she speaks is loud and authoritative. It's like she's directly using her tone of voice to spell any doubts about her integrity.
No. It's far more likely this cat escaped from the Humane Society.
Okay, so literally it's none of their cats. The hesitation in his voice, it seems like he could be hiding something. Why would he be hesitating if it was his cat and he would be sincere? His gaze keeps drifting off to the side. It's like he's trying to not draw attention to himself. How about we let Bonnie decide?
Bonnie?
That's the name I've given her in the meantime.
Yeah, what's the name? Animal handler. Let's see who Bonnie decides to approach. What? Oh my God, 17. Damn. Okay, what happened? None.
Well, this complicates things.
Seems she quite likes me.
I told you before. This is my friend's cat. It's normal for her not to trust me.
No, I don't think so. I bet if if it's your friend's cat, the cat will probably see you often. Maybe.
Listen,
Then she's
I'm
never
the
gonna see
director of the Humane Society, okay? We've got so many strays, dogs,
Okay, fuck
cats, you name it. I'm not even the one feeding them most of the time. You can hardly expect the cat to recognize me.
Then how are you so sure she belongs to you?
She just looked somewhat familiar, so I came to check, just in case. If she turns out to be one of ours, I'll take her back. Simple as that. Even if that's not the case, the Humane Society could still take her in, if no one else comes to claim her, that is.
I really don't trust what this society does to the cats and dogs. What's a humane society?
We're an organization that specializes in rescuing and sheltering stray animals. We've been in business for several decades now. I'm Bernard, the current director.
The Humane Society. Huh. The name sounds familiar. I remember hearing good things. You're the one in the Quartier Lyonnais?
The what?
Yes, that's the one. Anyway, if it's not too much trouble, could I possibly take a closer look at the cat?
No!
If it turns out I really am mistaken, I suppose that means the cat belongs to this lady here. She
No, it
would be
doesn't.
the only remaining option, after all.
No.
It belongs to my friend.
Right, shut. Oh my god, I hate this bitch already. With us here to keep watch, it should be fine.
Go on, Bunny.
Yeah, we'll be able to catch up to these two if they take it.
Oh, nope. Looks like I was mistaken. They do look similar, but there's an ever so slight difference in this one's fur color.
Okay.
Deepest apologies,
He's fine.
friends.
Okay, he's normal. Okay. I thought he was just gonna be like weird, like he just wants to take it. No, he's fine. Okay.
Well, I suppose this means I still have a missing cat to search for. Apologies again for the confusion.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. So is this your friend's cat? Oh,
Yes, exactly.
Wait a second. You lied earlier, didn't you?
Lied? I'm afraid I don't know what you mean.
God.
A liar always has a tell. The look in their eyes, their breathing pattern, the way they hold themselves. The things that can give you away are often more numerous than you would think.
What are you talking about? The way I see it, you're conflating baseless conjecture with fact.
Normally, when someone is called out, their breathing speeds up as they begin to panic. But your breathing pattern hasn't changed one bit. In fact, it's been strangely calm and measured this entire time. It stands to reason, then, that your agitated behavior earlier was all an act. If you're a bad guy, I'm sure you'll take off running the first chance you get. If you're a good guy, the most likely explanation is that you're a member of the Guards, or some similar organization.
And you're basing this off of?
Intuition. Nothing more.
Intuition. Well, I have to hand it to you, Lynette. You're right. I'm a member of the Guards. The name's Elodie. I'm currently investigating a cross-border smuggling case. This cat here, Bonnie was her name? Well, her owner is one of the prime suspects of our investigation.
Oh, okay. I thought she was just being annoying about it. Okay, don't worry.
A couple of days ago, our suspect got wind that we were on his tail and fled. That's most likely how he got separated from the cat. I just so happened to stumble upon your notice in the Steambird. So, I decided to see if he'd come back for her. But, it looks like I overestimated him.
If I were to run, I don't think I'd come back.
The impact of this case has been huge. The Marechaussee Phantom, the Guards, and the Special Patrol have all launched investigations. If there was even the slightest chance that he would show himself, I had to follow up on the lead.
So what's been smuggled?
A new kind of illegal drug. Imitation synth.
Bro, someone's imitating synth again? Oh, for fuck's sake.
We confiscated all the synth on the market, but addiction isn't something that goes away overnight.
Yeah.
Even without substances on the market, people are still looking for a way to get their next fix. And criminals are all too eager to capitalize on that addiction. That was the impetus for imitation synth. Needless to say, a small-scale market opened up very quickly.
Makes sense.
After the original synth debacle, we put several measures into place to prevent similar incidents from occurring. The perpetrators got smart, though, and shifted their sales overseas before those measures could kick in. That's when the imitation synth smuggling began. We only recently got word of the presence of imitation synth overseas. We managed to track down evidence of some early transactions. What we were able to find out, however, hasn't proven that useful given the amount of time that has passed. The Marechaussee Phantom launched an investigation to track down every person in Fontaine capable of producing a drug like that. That's how we learned about Bonnie's owner.
Who is he exactly?
He's a researcher at the Fontaine Research Institute. His name is Pierre. Pierre Lefebvre, to be exact.
Why does Pierre sound like such a familiar name I've heard before?
Lefebvre.
Oh? A sudden look of dread just crossed Lynette's face. Strange, she usually schools her expressions with mechanical precision.
The Marechaussee Phantom found him in Poisson. In addition to the cat, he also had a pendant with him.
Okay.
At first, there wasn't much cause for suspicion. A search of his house didn't reveal much to go off of either. The Marechaussee Phantom very nearly left it at that. It was only later that we realized the coat of arms on his pendant belonged to none other than the Lefebvre family, one of the most infamous aristocratic families in Fontaine. Obviously, this discovery prompted a further investigation into Pierre. At that point, however, we discovered that he'd already fled. Now the guards and the Special Patrol are all searching for him.
Could his family be hiding him?
That's not possible, actually. The Lefebvre family has been gone for a long time.
Oh, you sound nervous.
Exactly. Many years ago, several important members of the family, including the Patriarch, were murdered by an assassin of unknown
Oh, I know what
origin.
happened. I think.
From that point on, family's power and influence took quite the hit.
That's the family that took Lynette when she was young, wasn't it? And then then the assassin is Arlecchino killing them. Fuck, yeah, yep, oh gosh.
The family is engaged in all manner of crimes.
Yep, okay.
As
That
you can
makes
imagine,
sense.
there's no shortage of people
100%.
waiting in the wings to take their
Damn,
revenge.
that'd be hard to hear for Lynette, to be
And with the family severely weakened, they were able to do just that. Most of the remaining family members succumbed to sickness or hunger. The ones that survived are currently living out their days under a new identity. Pierre is one of those very survivors. He's been hiding away in the Fontaine Research Institute all these years. His true identity unbeknownst to all. Until now, that is.
Is it really okay to share all of this information with us?
Well, my fellow guards have told me all about how smart and courageous you both are. And I know you possess a strong sense of
hey,
justice.
I'm the traveler. You can tell me that.
There could be a chance that Pierre, or one of his accomplices,
Anything.
might attempt to get close to Bonnie. Now that you've been briefed on the situation, I was hoping you'd help us keep a lookout.
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
If I take Bonnie back to the
Definitely,
guards
if
with
it
me, there's no way
if
Pierre will
it's
try
the
and
same
come for her.
family that took Lynette when she was
Not
young,
even the
yeah,
most daring
100%.
of criminals would
Get
attempt
rid of them,
something like
please.
that.
I would definitely help with that. So we should keep Bonnie with us for the time
I
being.
have to admit,
Yeah.
I'm not holding out too much hope that Pierre will come back for her. But if there's even the slightest chance,
Alright,
then
yeah.
it's worth a shot. Well, I've got some other leads to follow up on. If Pierre does appear, please contact me right away.
What's wrong? You don't look so good.
It's nothing. I'm fine.
I think I figured it out.
It's just the head of the Lefebvre family.
Yeah, I thought so.
He
yeah.
was the eminent person.
So like,
who
I remember
kidnapped
someone
me
did
all these
kidnap her
years
when she
ago.
was younger, and then I'm guessing the assassin was Arlecchino.
It was at a dinner party. Someone
Didn't
tricked
Lenny
me into
tell the
boarding
story?
the
I remember
Lefebvre
like in
family
Act 1 or
carriage. Whoever it was, they took me back to their home. But before anything worse could happen, Father intervened.
So that's what happened. The assassin. Allude. Who the fuck?
Yep. Father was the one who orchestrated the fall of the Lefebvre family.
See, that's why Arlecchino's good.
That's what led Lenny and I to join the House of the Hearth. After all these years. I never thought I'd hear the Lefebvre name again.
It would be very hard. It would be very hard. You care? Aw, you got a cat.
Don't worry about me.
Play with
I
the
wasn't
cat.
feeling sorry
Play with the
for
cat.
myself. I was just thinking about Lenny. He's been acting strange recently. He avoids me for days on end.
Oh?
Consumes himself with some secret investigation.
Maybe
and then,
he's investigating
out of
the
the blue,
family?
pushes me to do that acting job.
Maybe he's doing that to distract you because he's investigating he's on the investigation as well because he knows that it's the family and he doesn't want anything bad to happen to you ever again. Maybe.
Thinking about it now, it's almost like the one I drew from that deck of cards was part of his plan all along. He must have asked Fremine to help him out. In any case, I know he's hiding something from me.
He probably just doesn't want to
He's
get
really
you
pulled out all
involved
the
because, you know,
stops
what
this
happened. So, I feel like it makes sense. You think he knows about Pierre?
It's very possible.
Yeah.
I'm sure he tried
Definitely
to
since
send
the
me
House of
away
the Heart,
because he was afraid it would bring up some painful memories for me. It wasn't necessary, though. Even
That's what
after
I
all
think,
these
yeah,
years,
I think as well.
he's still as overprotective as ever. You'll have to help me teach him a lesson if we run into him along the way.
Along the way? Going somewhere?
Yep. I want to head to the Fontaine Research Institute to learn more information about Pierre. Just let me activate search mode and then we'll head out. Who knows? Maybe we'll run into Linny along the way.
Are you trying to help out Linny with this investigation, or are you trying to prove
A
yourself?
little bit of both, perhaps. For the most part, though, I just have the sense that something's not right. Something isn't adding up about Pierre's story. I'm just not sure what.
I also want to know what secrets he's hiding. Sometimes you just gotta take the bull by the horns, right? Ow.
Okay, I'll write a letter explaining everything to the
Gotta
crew.
communicate with the cat.
Once that's done, we can head out.
Alright. Let's go! Okay, this is not... Okay, both of these stories, I did not know this is where I was gonna go, bro. I did not know this is where I was gonna go, at all. Oh, and Charlotte's here as well.
Lynette, you're, not at rehearsal?
You can drop the act, brother. In fact, I don't think either of us will have a need for acting anytime soon. You should know better than to try and keep something from me. You've never been able to do that, even when we were kids.
And that's why I tried to distract you with the masked mime show. But I guess you're just too good.
Care to introduce us to your new assistant?
This is Officer Chef.
Oh, it's Chef Roos.
Captain of the
From
Special
far-
Security and Surveillance
Okay,
Patrol.
from far away it
you
looks
may
like
have
Charlotte.
met her already.
We meet again.
Nice to see you.
Yo.
I should
Sorry, I
clarify
mistaken you for
something.
Charlotte.
Mr. Linney's here at my invitation, not the other way around. To borrow your expression, Miss Lynette, I suppose that would make him my assistant more than anything. We've brought on Mr. Linney as a consultant in the past. He was instrumental in helping us crack a case involving a perpetrator who used magic tricks to commit crimes. I was hoping he'd be able to provide some valuable insight this time around as well.
Are you here because of the Lafroix case?
So you've heard everything then?
Yeah.
That's exactly why we're here. There's always been questions surrounding the fall of the Lefebvre family. Some people
Jesus
even
Christ,
believe the
cannot say
House
that.
of the Hearth was
Lefebvre.
involved. Whoever was behind it all was extremely cautious. They didn't leave a shred of evidence. This very fact, however, leads me to believe it was indeed the work of that harbinger. I took a look at the entrance and exit records of all the carriages that night. Let's just say it wasn't hard to deduce that there's ill will between you two. Don't worry, I don't have any evidence to that effect, and I certainly don't plan on going to bat for such a despicable family. Plus, you were victims back then more than anything. I sought Mr. Linney's help with the smuggling case. Nothing more.
You're really teaming up with the House of the Heart.
The way I look at it, it's a collaboration between us as people, not the organizations we represent.
Yeah.
Besides, by working together, we can expose the truth as
Can
quickly
we get to
as
see
possible.
Arlecchino? Please, for the
You
love
can
of
hardly
God.
say that's at
Can we get to
odds
see
with the
Arlecchino?
justice my organization strives for.
Please, please. I'm assuming you wouldn't be opposed to some extra help.
Not at all. I was planning to invite you from the very beginning, Miss Lynette. It's just that my assistant here raised some objections.
Linny, I'm not the same person I was back then. That little girl who did nothing but cower in the corner in fear, she doesn't need saving anymore.
I know you want to protect your little sister, but little sisters don't stay little forever. Oh.
I'm sorry, Lynette. You're right. I let my concerns get the better of me.
Oh, and the next time you want to distract me, you should try a different approach.
Meow.
Who's this? You pick up a stray while I was gone?
It's a bit complicated. I'll explain later.
It's actually a part of the whole thing.
Her name's Bonnie.
Well, if there are no objections, then I suppose the only thing left to say is... Lynette, Traveler, welcome to the team.
Yep. Investigation again. Okay.
It appears the Lefebvre family was very particular in their use of insignias and emblems. The family would use different emblems to mark differences in status, blood relation, and the like. In fact, the insignia that was discovered on the pendant was used to represent an illegitimate child.
So that would be Pierre is a bastard child?
It's highly likely. That very status might have been what allowed him to emerge from the fall of his family relatively unscathed. It would also explain why he was able to assume a new identity as a researcher with relative ease.
We discovered something interesting, though. After talking to some of his co-workers, it appears he pretty much works at the Institute in name only.
That's
He's
like
practically been cast
a bastard
out.
child is like you were born before your parents got married, right? Pretty sure that's what it is. Wait, what happened?
Apparently, Pierre was once addicted to synth. He tried to use the resources at the Institute to create a substance with a similar effect.
Of course he was.
He claimed it was just for research
Of course
purposes,
he was.
but the Institute
Drugs.
revoked his access to the relevant materials
Drugs.
regardless. He was placed on disciplinary leave, pending a thorough investigation of his actions. But it seems the Institute ran into some trouble along the way. Could have been a lack of personnel or a timing issue. In any case, they had to table their formal investigation into Pierre. Unfortunately, that also included reporting any relevant information to the higher authorities. As for his family background, it appears none of his co-workers at the Institute were aware of that information. All they could tell us was that he was quite the recluse.
Maybe we'll have to take investigation elsewhere then. Did you find anything useful at the residence?
Other than the pendant, we didn't find anything else of note at his residence in Poisson. Based on the samples of imitation synth we've been able to analyze, it appears the substance leaves behind strong traces wherever it's produced or stored. Those traces might not be obvious to the casual observer, but they're not something our guard poodles would miss. Pierre's home, came up completely clean. We didn't find any records indicating possible involvement in overseas transactions either. So, the Marechaussee Phantom didn't view him as a major suspect at first.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
Maybe he had a separate, dedicated area where he made the imitation synth.
Well, his
Where would that
neighbors
be,
did
though?
say he was often gone for long stretches of time. You would think with him out and about so much, people would have spotted him around Poisson, but residents said they barely ever saw him in town. If his reclusive nature was just a matter of keeping a low profile, I guess it would make sense for him to have a secret base to carry out his business.
After he disappeared, the guards conducted a thorough search of Poisson, but they didn't come across any suspicious locations.
Poisson.
What is it, Lynette?
You know Hotel de Boer, where I first found Bonnie? To get there from Poisson, you have to cross a stretch of ocean. It's not somewhere a cat could just wander off on its own.
A cat? You mean...
Oh. Yeah.
Bonnie is Pierre's cat.
Oh, that's right! When the Marechaussee Phantom first tracked him down, I remember there being something about a cat in their report. So this is her?
From what we've learned about Pierre's habits, he doesn't seem like the type to venture out without a purpose. So what you're saying, Lynette, is that Bonnie couldn't have gone missing in Poisson. If that's true, then...
She must have wandered off only after Pierre brought her to his secret base.
Exactly. Bonnie might even know where it is.
Wait, you think the cat can lead us there? But she's not trained like one of our guard poodles. How is she supposed to understand what we want her to do?
Lynette could give it a try.
Meow. Meow meow. Meow?
How do you speak cat?
Near the coast.
How do you do that? I mean, I guess you are a cat.
Beneath the
But...
cliffs.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense.
The place we're looking for is most likely north of the court of Fontaine.
I can't disprove that. Makes sense. How did you?
Well, I've certainly never taken a witness statement like this before.
Well, if it works out, maybe it's something worth getting used to.
Cats and humans are actually pretty alike. When it comes to communication, most of what we want to convey can be accomplished through body language alone. But humans tend to rely too much on speech to ever take advantage of that fact. Of course, body language has its limitations. You're not going to be able to get across anything too complicated.
The important thing is that we now have a lead. Let's try and find a place
And
that matches
Genshin
the
has
clues Bonnie
Recife about
gave us.
5 different emotions. 5 different body emotions. This, and this. Anyway. Oh no, we got this. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh. Wait, where the fuck are we going exactly? Bro, I go here to do commissions all the time, bro. I'm all too familiar with this place. We call like slimes and stuff. Slimes. Meow.
Seems like Bonnie is trying to take us somewhere.
Sorry, just learning how to communicate cat. Oh! Meow meow. Wave. Meow. Alright. I know exactly what it said.
Gardemex ahead.
Oh, Jesus, I was vibing! I'm only using this team because there's a Traveler in it, to be honest. I don't. Oh, wait, I have this team. Jez, Gardemex have a lot of health. Okay.
There is no escape.
Die! Oh, motherfucker.
Come on,
Dead?
we can do it.
Alright.
Let's dance.
Bam! Hyper Bloom! Go! Ahahaha! Bro, this is not secret. This is
Wow,
not
Lynette,
secret.
you found this place so easily. If I thought there was any chance you'd say yes, I'd recruit you into the Special Patrol here and now. No questions asked.
Sounds familiar. I pretty much receive letters daily from people trying to poach her from me.
Let's just focus on our search. There's a lot to investigate.
Yeah. She is pretty good at this thing, I guess, yeah. Bro, I keep thinking that's Charlotte. Holy damn.
Aha! Just as we thought. This is where the imitation synth was being made.
These bottles and jars, they're all imitation synth.
Looks like he's got more than just imitation synths stashed around here. In addition to the raw materials needed to synthesize the substance itself, there's a large quantity of cleaning agents and a few drugs I haven't been able to identify. These cleaning agents are likely used to dispel traces of the substance, like its smell. The Special Patrol did some digging into imitation synth. Our records indicate that it's very difficult for ordinary people to detect traces left behind by the stuff. I'm sure that was the case for Pierre as well. It must have taken a considerable amount of time and skill to ensure all those traces get washed away. But what are these other drugs for?
Probably something similar, maybe?
The material these bags are made of.
The hell?
It's quite rare.
Does it look similar to the material used for the magic pocket?
It's the very same, actually. Romaritime flower fiber.
Oh, that's where I saw the color from.
But there's something special about the composition of these bags.
Okay.
I took a closer look, and it appears they're not only waterproof, but also corrosion and leak resistant. Even the strings look specially designed to keep the bags closed nice and tight. I came across some bags made of the same material just now, but they were much smaller and thinner. From the look of them, they seemed far less durable as well.
So kind of like one of those small sealed bags?
Very similar, actually. Normally, it would be easy for a guard poodle to sniff out the imitation synth, but if it was sealed away in a bag like that, It might be possible to elude detection for some time. But what could these big bags be for then? If the goal is to keep the imitation synth hidden and sealed away, these bags seem a bit too conspicuous.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you see it, you know it's something suspicious. Anything inside? Oh, down here. Oh. Yeah.
When the Marechaussee Phantom searched Pierre's house, there was no sign of these barrels, right?
He must have moved them, but carrying them all the way out here would attract way too much attention.
You're right. That doesn't seem like his way of doing things.
Examine the barrels. The barrels show signs of water damage. Dried up water stains can be seen around the circumference of the barrels. There seems to be a pattern to the location of the water stains. For some reason, they appear to be limited to the lower halves of the barrels. The lids don't seem very tight, leaving sizable gaps around the edges. But there doesn't appear to be any trace of water inside the barrel.
Only the lower halves of the barrels appear to have been submerged in water.
What would that mean? They were floating?
Based on the various ingredients we found, this appears to be where Pierre was cooking up his imitation synth. It looks like he used a special cleaning agent to get rid of any residual traces of the substance on his person before he left. That's how he was able to get past the guard poodles.
That's why the something phantom didn't find anything suspicious.
So then he transferred the imitation synth into small sealed bags and took it somewhere else for the drop-off.
No. I don't believe our suspect is the kind of person who'd go around carrying incriminating evidence with him.
Yeah, Lenny.
That would potentially create too many eyewitnesses.
Joking.
The cleaning agent and the sealed bags might get past the guard poodles. But if a member of the public or even a guard on patrol happened to see him during the drop-off, a quick search would reveal everything. That's still a very risky operation.
What about if the drop-off happened at sea? There'd be no one around him.
The barrels we found were wet around the base, but the top half was dry. As if they'd been standing upright in the water.
That's what I thought as well, but I was like, wouldn't they just tip over eventually?
If you put a barrel in the water, it will normally float
That's
on
what
its
I was
side,
thinking.
Unless it's heavily loaded, in which case it'll sink.
She must have used something to tightly seal big bags full of air, turning them into an airtight flotation device.
Yes. With flotation rings around the body of the barrels, they'd stay upright in the water. And then he could afford to load them more fully.
Oh, under the outside. Oh, okay.
You think he used floating barrels? I suppose if he acted at night, when there are very few other boats around and visibility is low, it's a valid theory. We can't rule it out.
But then, wouldn't the barrels be carried off by the waves or the currents? How would the person doing the pickup know where to look?
Barrels that could float away and get lost at sea. Sounds difficult to keep in one place. Kind of like certain pets.
Traveler, can you come take a dip in the sea with me? I have a feeling that somewhere down there, we might find some rope. If a rope can be used to keep a pet from running away, then why not a barrel?
True. Alright.
Yep.
Let's go. Alright, so I was like, the barrel would just float on its side, but yeah, I guess that makes sense, I guess. Alright, let's go. Oh, so it's shipwreck? Little shipwreck?
The wreckage of a small boat?
That the boat here was on? Oh, that's it. Oh.
This isn't the place.
What was it telling me to go there?
This isn't the place.
Oh my god, bro. Well, don't put arrows there saying go here then. Damn it, Lynette. Oh, wow, so it was something hidden. Oh? Oh, yeah, rope.
Got it. Time to go up and report.
That looks like it would just go off so easily. Oh my god, bro. These people need to learn, bro. It looks like it'll just float off. Huh. Look at that absolute skill. skill.
As expected, we found a few pieces of rope and some anchoring stones underwater. If you attach them to a floating barrel, it would look like this. With this anchoring system, it would be possible to use floating barrels for the drop-off. You would just need to drop them in the water at the agreed-upon location. We also came across the wreckage of a small boat. It must have been left out on the water and capsized due to the force of the wind and waves. Its small size, however, would have made it perfect for staying undetected.
Let's talk this through. Based on the evidence we've collected,
Fucking
it seems
paragraph
like
I have to
Pierre
read.
would row a small boat out to the agreed-upon transfer point, drop off the barrels, leave, and then row back and retrieve them after the transfer was complete.
Why are you searching convoluted drop-off method though? Wouldn't it be easier for both parties to meet up at the transfer point of on the respective vessels and exchange the goods right there and then?
It could be that he was trying to avoid meeting up with his associate face to face. As one of the sole survivors of the Lefebvre family, maybe he was just used to that sort of elusive lifestyle.
Yeah.
It seems like Pierre deliberately chose the floating barrel method so that the goods could be dropped off and picked up at separate times. That way, the two parties wouldn't have to meet each other.
Well, if that's the case, they must not have a very close working relationship.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. Assumptions can be detrimental to solving a case. It's possible they were just trying to keep a low profile. Two boats sailing to the same location at once could be too conspicuous. The most important thing is that we can now confirm Pierre wasn't acting alone. The floating barrel drop-off system is proof enough of that. Let's say for now that he was only in charge of producing the imitation synth. That would mean there has to be at least one other person involved in the operation, likely in charge of transporting the goods across the border.
That explains why we couldn't find evidence linking him to any overseas operation.
Since we've determined that the goods were transported by boat,
What's the point of these hearts?
maybe we can track down some travel logs or something.
I remember from the past, like the past ones, like some of the first ones and stuff. The hearts mattered in a way, but these ones, they literally don't leave 5 hearts ever.
We can certainly check the various
ever.
ports for that information.
Odd.
It's possible, however,
very
that
odd.
Pierre's associate also used a small boat for the transport, and docked along the shore rather than at a large port.
Very odd.
If that's the case, it's unlikely there would be any record left behind.
Have you looked into the ports already?
Absolutely. Before Pierre disappeared, we made sure to investigate all sorts of outward-bound vessels. We also had port authorities keep a lookout for anything suspicious. Unfortunately, we were never able to find out how they managed to get the imitation synth across the border.
A small boat, a few barrels isn't going to get you very.
You're right. Whatever vessel was
Shit,
used for the
really.
pickup, the person responsible for smuggling the substance out of Fontaine would have had to use a larger vessel for the actual transport. That's the only way they would be able to smuggle on a large enough scale to make a profit. They must have found a way to disguise the imitation synth to clear port inspections.
Well, even if you can't find any travel logs, we can still search for other clues.
Exactly. We can't let any opportunities slip through the cracks. Although, given the amount of ports that could be involved, we should probably split up.
I'll run home and ask some of my brothers and sisters to try and dig up some information.
I should also head back and update my platoon on our progress. I'll grab some reinforcements while I'm at it. Lynette, Traveler, why don't you head to Lumiduce Harbor and see what you can find out?
Is that the one that can only be accessed by sea?
All right. Come on, Bonnie. You too.
Meow. Alright. Yeah, it is. Alright, let's go. Farina, you're on the case. Alright, let's go. Let's see what the fuck is going on, bro. Bro, this is not what I expected at all, bro. Oh, my nays. Alright, like, I thought it'd be more, like, calm. A bit more calm. Oh, the music here is so good.
Lynette,
Music
Traveler.
here is so good.
And Bonnie, too. What brings you all here?
Oh, it's you!
Did something happen?
We're here to check the travel logs. To update them on the situation.
Oh. I see. Thank you for everything you're doing for the people of Fontaine.
What are you doing here?
I'm in charge of guarding the port. You mentioned you were after some travel logs, right? I can go fetch those for you.
Looks like I've got another hard day of work ahead of me.
I think usually this pretty hectic, right?
No, not usually. It's this incident that happened recently. Before that, everything was normal. All we had to do was confiscate anything suspicious and we could call it a day. Pretty simple stuff.
Nice.
But things are much more complicated now. We somehow let suspicious cargo pass through the port undetected. Not even our guard poodles were able to sniff it out. Even worse, we still don't know how the perpetrator was able to conceal the goods so well.
By suspicious cargo, do you mean imitation synth?
Yep. However, prohibited substances are just one example. We confiscate all sorts of contraband during the course of our inspections. Or at least, we're supposed to.
So what happens to the goods you confiscate?
Oh, we keep them in a storage locker. If they turn out to be something particularly dubious, we'll turn them over to the Maison Orderly. If the goods are only slightly suspicious but could otherwise be harmless, like raw materials that could potentially be used to create contraband, we return them to the ship they were confiscated from, instead of letting them pass through the port.
Sorry for the wait. These are the travel logs for
Guess
all
we're
the
gonna go
recent
to
activity
the
at the port.
locker. Go to the locker.
Oh, you brought Gerard with you.
Actually, he followed me here himself. It's like he smells something on me.
Oh, the cat.
Huh. I wonder why Gerard is reacting to you two so strongly.
Could it be because we just left the place where the synth was made? Whatever Gerard's smell on you probably came from us.
We were so careful not to touch it, but we still ended up with traces on us. If it leaves a residue so easily, I just don't understand how the culprit was able to disguise the goods at all.
Why don't you have a look at the travel logs first? All ships coming in and out of the port are recorded here, except for the ones the port authorities ride to and from work.
Oh, okay. You flip through the numerous travel logs, you notice several instances where the Humane Society is listed. Oh, the name really seems to stand out. That's why he was nervous, was
The
he?
Humane Society.
We've encountered that organization before, right?
Their name is all over the exit logs. The purpose for leaving is always listed as overseas adoption.
Ah, the director of the organization explained that, actually. He said a lot of the cat and dog breeds unique to Fontaine are also very popular overseas. So, his organization offers an overseas adoption program.
Bernard, the director of the Humane Society, was the man who came looking for Bonnie earlier.
The cat that fled from Pierre looks just like the cat from the Humane Society is looking for. Could that really be a coincidence? It seemed as if Bernard was also hiding something. He seemed so insistent, but only ran away. But only ran a curiosity check before just leaving like that. When he came looking for Bonnie earlier, what if he wasn't actually there to check if Bonnie was his missing cat? Maybe he was there for some other purpose.
Have you figured it out too, Traveler?
Nope.
The way the criminal disguised the goods?
Nope.
When Bernard asked to take a closer look at Bonnie, he was actually checking whether there was any imitation synth in her stomach.
He was using the animals at his shelter to smuggle synth.
Wait, what?
I'm still how's what?
The sealed bags we found at the secret base. They were specially made to be corrosion resistant.
Oh, so he made them eat it, so then it just sits in their stomach? Oh, that's oh, what the fuck, bro? That's so messed up. So that it wouldn't be digestible.
There were gaps
That
around the
is
lids
so
of the
messed
barrels,
up.
and airbags were used to keep them upright in the water.
So that the animals would be able to breathe.
Those drug shovers found at the secret base. She most likely didn't recognize them because they're not used on human beings. It's an anesthetic used on pets. The perpetrator must have given it to the animals.
So that they would be still in the floating barrel.
Here. Must have made the animals swallow the sealed bags full of imitation synth at his secret base. Then he
That's
stuffed
so
them into
messed
floating
up.
barrels and left the rest to Bernard.
The sealed bags combined with an animal's body odor would certainly be enough to mask the scent of imitation synth.
During our inspections, we would have never thought to inspect the bellies of those animals for anything suspicious. Even if we tried to feel around for something, I'm sure it would be difficult to detect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I bet Bernard even transported animals with synth in their stomach alongside ones without. That way, it would be even harder to say with certainty that something was amiss.
Do you think Bunny could have imitation synth in her stomach?
She's probably in the clear. Otherwise, Bernard would have never left without her. I'm guessing he didn't know whether Pierre had already hidden the next batch of imitation synth before he fled. Just imagine. He sees the notice we put in the Steambird, and it turns out that one of the very cats he gave to Pierre for the smuggling operation is out in the open, roaming the streets of Fontaine. If Pierre had already hidden the next batch of imitation synth, then Bonnie would practically be living proof of their crimes. He would have had no choice but to go after her.
So, that's why he came to find you and insisted on taking a closer look at the cat.
Pierre must have fled in a hurry. That fact is probably what spared Bonnie.
Wait a second, I'm a little lost here. I get the part about hiding the substance in the pets, but those... what did you call them again? Floating barrels? Why even put the animals in there in the first place? If you've got something as convenient as a floating barrel, why not just stuff it with the imitation synth directly? Why not wait to hide the stuff until after the exchange has been made?
In order to make sure the animals could swallow the sealed bags, they made them extremely thin. Had they not done that, the animals would have likely bitten or chewed through them.
And if any of the imitation synth leaked out, they would also need to have a lot of cleaning agents to get rid of the resulting
That
smell.
step would have required a lot of energy, as well as a certain amount of technical expertise. So, it was better left to the more experienced Pierre. We've already proven how easy it is to pick up trace amounts of imitation synth, so I'm sure Bernard was taking all the precautions he could to avoid the same fate.
Okay. Then, let's head to the Humane Society right away and bring that guy to justice.
Yeah.
I'll bring a Gardamek to speed up the process.
Oh. Nice. Damn, that is so messed up, bro. Holy. See? The music here is such a bop. Bro, but that's so messed up, bro. Then to get it out, you have to make them forcefully vomit? That is just, and then people drink it? Oh, bro, this gets even more. There's so many layers of this grossness in this, holy god, and just messed up.
The headquarters of the Humane Society should be somewhere around here. Bernard could show up any moment now.
Ah, you're the people from earlier. Wait, you're from the guards?
Oh my god.
After him!
Oh,
we can't let him get away!
Go! There we go.
Give it up, Bernard.
Mercy, have mercy. I'll talk. I'll tell you everything I know.
The Humane Society has done so much good over the years, and yet you have committed such an atrocious deed in its name.
Look,
Okay,
I
so
didn't
it is
have
like
a
an actual
choice,
thing.
okay?
It is
My
like an actual
father
thing.
cared about those blasted animals so much, he didn't bother to take care of his human wife and son at all. While those animals were showered with love, I lived worse than a dog.
No one asked. Tell me.
True.
How did you first get to know Pierre?
Actually true. Holy
Well,
shit, base.
After I took over the Humane
Actual
Society,
base.
it gradually became harder and harder to maintain its operations. Until one day, someone suddenly passed me a letter.
Base.
It said that I could stand to get a large sum of money as long as I helped them to transport some animals abroad. It was only after a few such transports that I finally understood what I was really transporting.
Then you kept going.
But then Pierre wrote to me, saying that we were already partners in crime and that I better keep cooperating with him if I didn't want to be reported to the guards.
Okay. There's a hint of dishonesty in his trembling voice. He's lying.
You knew it from the very beginning, didn't you? The reason why you had to go through so many steps just to transport some animals.
I'd suggest that you confess everything right now if you don't want to add anything else to your list of crimes.
Yes, officer. I would order wooden barrels and flotation devices according to his instructions, and then load the sleeping animals onto a boat. Once I sailed to the location he provided, I would dump everything together into the sea. And a few days after that, I'd come by again in my boat and pick up the animals sleeping in the barrels. Once I had received enough of them, I'd bring them to the harbor to be adopted abroad. That guy, Pierre, he was running the entire show.
Doesn't
He set
matter,
up all
you're
the
still his
meeting
accomplice,
times and found
dumbass.
all the foreign adopters. Oh, and he even supplied all of the goods, too. I just did the transport. He was the one who planned out and executed
Bro,
everything
shut
else.
up, you knew. Holy shit. So, where's he now?
Look, I don't know, okay? I've never ever met him in person. We've only ever communicated through letters.
And when did he send his final letter to you?
Just last night, he said that the Marechaussee Phantom is now after him, so he's planning to go into hiding for some time. He didn't mention where he's thinking about going, though, but he did tell me to look out for the guards.
It's been a few days since Pierre's last appearance. I'd wager that he sent that letter after he found his hiding spot.
So where's the letter now?
I burned them. It was on his orders. I had to burn every letter after reading them. I wasn't even allowed to share them with the rest of the Society employees.
Sure sounds like you're trying to use the lack of witnesses or evidence to pin the blame on Pierre.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's your fault as well.
No, I swear, this time I'm only telling you the truth.
Well, we can check the truth of your statements at the Opera House. I hope you know what'll be coming for you if I were to find any discrepancy between the evidence
Let's
and
go,
the
Nouvelettes.
testimony you just gave.
Let's go, Nouvelettes.
I know, I swear I was just telling the truth.
My thanks to you both.
It's all good.
Had it not been for you,
all good.
I really don't know what would have happened to this case.
Bonnie helped, too.
Yeah.
That's true. It was all thanks to her that Bernard was finally exposed.
That is true. But he suddenly runs and hides behind you and Lynette. Oh.
And it looks like she's grown quite fond of you two as well. Then I'll leave you be. Just let me know if you find any other new leads.
Yep. Oh no. It seems like Lynette still has something on her mind. Talk to Lynette first. Something on your mind still?
It was that obvious, huh?
Yeah.
Even though it didn't feel like Bernard was lying, after talking to him, I'm getting an even stronger sense that something's not quite right. We investigated so quickly that perhaps we've missed a thing or two along the way. Let me activate deduction mode and consider things again from the top to see if we can find anything new. Is there still anything unresolved or strange that we should try to consider?
About what we found in Poseidon?
The Marechaussee Phantom found Bonnie and the Lefevre pendant at Pierre's residence. That was the beginning point of our investigation.
Oh, fuck. Where is Pierre? Why is Pierre suspect? The pendant? Oh, more? Bonnie. Yeah. Oh, I'm supposed to be... I don't know. I hate those so much. I do hate them.
There's no need to rush. Let's see if we can find any other suspicious points about this case.
About Bernard's
Bernard
letters.
claims to have received a letter last night from Pierre. In the letter, Pierre stated that he had gone into hiding. Is there something wrong with the letter?
Oh, damn it. Escape location? No, I don't think that could be used to answer the question.
There's
Bro,
no need to rush.
Jesus Christ.
let's see if we can find any of...
There's an unexplained part of the operation of this trafficking ring.
Well, we've discovered that Bernard is responsible for the trafficking, while Pierre deals with supplying the goods. Is there something else in this scheme that we're missing?
Holy fuck. Connections? First try, baby! Fuck, no.
There's no need to rush.
Don't worry. Oh, I got so excited. So excited.
Perhaps we are now closing in on the truth.
Maybe. I wonder if there was actually a correct answer.
Now behave
I'm not
and follow
sure.
me to the interrogation room.
Ow! That hurt. Ow!
They're about to leave. Is it really okay to let them go? 20? I guess we have to let them go. We can leave Bernard's interrogation to the guards. Let's first rescue the animals of the
Is
main
everything
society.
really over? I still feel like the relationship between Pierre and Bernard is not as simple as it appears. Also, I've had this strange sense that something's off the entire time we've
Does
been on
she
the
have
case,
something to do with it as well?
and it has only gotten worse.
Oh! Do you remember when I said the hearts didn't do anything? Fuck. Oh! Whoa!
No good.
Whoa!
I've still got
Fucking
nothing,
Jesus!
and I'm nearly out of energy.
Oh my god! Don't force yourself.
All right, I'll stop thinking about it for now.
Jesus Christ, bro.
At the
Lost
very
all the
least,
hearts in one go.
We've made it so that no more animals will suffer like those poor animals did.
Jesus.
And that's what I hope.
Yeah. Yes. Meow.
Let's go to the Humane Society.
I guess you gotta keep
and
the cat.
see if there
yeah.
are any animals left that might still need our help.
Maybe.
Before my energy for today completely runs out.
Alright. Oh, it ended. Oh, okay. Damn. Save the kitty. The truth remains submerged in the dark undercurrents. Yet hope already lies beyond the cage. I think we've got to complete the whole fucking thing. Yeah, don't worry. Damn, bro. That was wild, actually. Still got two more. Still got two more, and one of them should be over here. New insights. Okay. Over there, do we...
Now behave and.
That hurt.
Oh my... Oh, do we have to get 20? Do we have to get 20 for this? I don't know. So, okay, so we have to speak to Lynette and figure out what we're doing wrong.
We investigated. Is there still any... Well...
Ingredients?
Yeah. According
okay.
to Bernard, Pierre also supplied all of the goods. But if the Marechaussee Phantom's records are correct, Pierre should have lost all access to the materials required to create the imitation synth. And the Institute has also not reported any theft of their stocks.
Second time, by the way. Second time. Oh.
Bernard claims to have received a letter last night from Pierre. In the letter,
Oh! The letter's purpose. The point of the letter was to tell Bernard to get a guard that why would he let down Bonnie?
If Bonnie had imitation synth in her body, then she was a liability that had to be recovered at all costs. But if she wasn't carrying anything, then it would have made sense to tell Bernard not to worry. And thinking about it, Bernard only attracted our attention in the first place because he came to look for Bonnie. Could it be that the person who wrote the letter also knew nothing about Bonnie's whereabouts? Or they had a separate goal entirely?
Maybe.
The Marechaussee Phantom.
The end of the... Haven't clicked that one. Oh. Jesus Christ. Initial suspicion. You seem
Why
happy?
did he leave such an obvious trail for us to follow when he took so much care to not leave any traces of imitation synth in his home? The final question is, why did I sense that something wasn't right after hearing Bernard's testimony? Even more so than before.
The truth behind his testimony is... Pierre made such a complicated operation plan, yet also exposed himself to easy to be investigated by the guard. Oh, okay, it's only... Oh, does Pierre have multiple personalities? It was feels like the plan and the exposed were done with two separate individuals, and Pierre was set up. Oh! Bro, I did. Maybe? Okay. Oh, well. So there still is a third person, okay.
Deductive mode deactivated. I think
Let's
we
go.
may be close to the actual answer.
Let's go. Alright, nice.
Now behave, and follow me to the interrogation room.
Ow! That hurt. Ow!
Oh, so now... Oh, now... Okay, now it goes to 20 anyway. Nice! Okay. Okay, nice. No, we can't just let her get away. Hold it right.
Is there
She's
something
the
else
third
you
person.
need from me, Traveler?
Bernard and Pierre, they weren't really acting alone.
Huh?
I see. It all makes sense now.
Hey, what are you talking about? Look,
Who would laugh
even our
like that?
confessed criminal here has no idea what you're saying.
Because he has been kept in the dark all along. And I assume it's the same with Pierre.
Bernard thought he was communicating with Pierre, and Pierre thought he was taking orders from Bernard. But for all this time, neither of them knew there was a third person all along. Actually, you're right.
That never quite added up.
Thought
for
she
me.
was weird from the very beginning.
Why did Pierre feel compelled to return to his home with Bonnie and the pendant, and make them so easy to find for the Marechaussee Phantom?
Any animals Pierre received from the floating barrel should have been taken directly to his base. And considering his precarious situation, the pendant should have been the last thing Pierre would leave lying around.
Both of these things are in stark contrast to his usual meticulous and vigilant behavior. There's only one reasonable explanation. He was following orders, just like Bernard. He probably received the following instructions right before the Phantom came knocking on his door. Bring the cat and the pendant, and our undercover agent will be sure to help you. Unbeknownst to him, however, the third person who wrote that letter to him had long decided to sacrifice him and Bernard to save themselves.
They instructed the two men to communicate through letters and barrels specifically so that they'd never get to meet each other. Honestly, this third person probably planned to sell both of them out from the very beginning.
What?
Damn,
You
bro.
can't be serious.
Damn.
There was a third person involved?
If you focus only on Bernard's testimony, it's easy to believe that only Bernard and Pierre were working together. The case appeared extremely simple. Bernard did the trafficking, Pierre the imitation synth production, drugging, and stuffing.
Oh, please say stuffing like that. Oh my god. With everything accounted for, the third person would then be cleared of all suspicion.
Wait. But that doesn't make any sense. If that's the actual truth, then as soon as Pierre is caught, he'll explain his side of the story and the third person will...
Yep, which is why the third person made sure that Pierre would never be found again.
To kill?
Once they had instructed Pierre to expose himself, the third person wrote to Pierre again, suggesting that everything had been taken care of, and he should take Bonnie and safely return to his base.
They then ambushed Pierre and made him disappear.
Of course, Pierre's disappearance at such a sensitive time immediately made him a prime suspect. Knowing that Bonnie had last been seen with him...
Actually, I'm happy. I'm happy that he's dead, to be honest. I'm actually happy.
All the third person would have to do from that point on would be to lead the Phantom to investigate the Humane Society.
What his family did to
get Bernard to
Lynette and
confess
shit,
the truth.
yeah. And all the other children, yeah, fuck them, bro. Fuck them. Bernard would then testify that Pierre was the one who came up with the whole plot, and Pierre would be seen as having gone into hiding in anticipation of getting caught.
Wait, so you're saying that the letter I received yesterday, the one that made me think Pierre was still alive, it was also sent by the third person?
Yep.
Is that what happened? I'll get back to headquarters right away and reinvestigate this case from the top.
Not so fast.
Chevra said that assumptions can be detrimental to solving a case. Someone among us, however, has been feeding us all kinds of preconceived notions ever since our first meeting. They suggested that Pierre's disappearance was an attempt to escape the judgment of the law, and that Pierre was a scion of the Lefebvre family. But if the disappearance is truly just a cover-up for a murder, then couldn't the true scion have been an illegitimate daughter, rather than an illegitimate son?
She's part of the... Oh, then... Oh, Miss... Yeah.
Huh?
Haven't you taken this joke a bit too far? You're right. I did let a lot of assumptions get to my head when I first started to talk to you about the case. I'll make sure to correct my behavior.
You deliberately fed us lies, but even you could not control every last detail of your plan. There was a flaw in your scheme, and something didn't quite go as planned. Getting the Marechaussee Phantom to notice Pierre was only the first part of your plan. Had they failed to take notice of the Humane Society, they could have cast a wider net. And you couldn't predict what they might possibly find, if given enough time. This, of course, was the main weakness of your plan.
And once the Special Patrol and Linny got involved, it became even harder to control the outcome of the investigation.
As someone accustomed to acting from behind the scenes, you didn't want to take the risk of personally proposing a raid on the Humane Society. So, you thought about pulling a few more strings, so all the suspicion would point towards Bernard and his society.
A great option, of course, would be to also dispose of Bonnie and leave her body at Pierre's base in anticipation of a later discovery.
Once the Phantom expanded their search, it would only be a matter of time before they found Pierre's base. If a cat last seen with the suspect turned up dead at the imitation synth base, it wouldn't be long until the Phantom would figure out exactly how she had been mistreated and turn their eyes towards the one organization that has been sending boatloads of animals out of Fontaine.
However, something unexpected happened at the base. Bonnie managed to escape in the chaos.
It was probably during your ambush of Pierre. You didn't even have the time to check if she had already been stuffed full of imitation synth. Still, you soon found another opportunity. Before long, Bonnie had made her way back into the city, and even popped up on the Steambird. Like Bernard, you desperately wanted to confirm the contents of her stomach, so you hurried to find us. Unlike Bernard, however, you were hoping that Pierre did have the time to make her swallow a load of imitation synth. While investigating the suspect's cat, we unexpectedly discovered that the suspect has been smuggling imitation synth using living animals as intermediaries. That was your plan, in any case. With that, you'd have been able to lead the investigation towards the Humane Society.
But Bonnie was very lucky. But you were extremely unlucky.
Bonnie had managed to escape before Pierre was able to stuff her full of imitation synth. That part of your plan could no longer be carried out. But as shrewd as you were, you came up with another plan right away. You manipulated the Traveler and I to help you identify Bernard as a key suspect.
You knew Liddy was investigating the case with Chevreuse. And you also knew that Lynette's previous encounter with the family.
You used the Lefebvre name as bait to get us to join your investigation. With 2 extra bodies around, the Special Patrol is sure to soon take note of the strange event of Bernard somehow having a reason to look for Pierre's cat.
So, what you're saying is, I went to all that trouble just for the chance that you might put forth the suggestion that would lead you down the wrong path.
Of course, you did far more than that. Just now at Lumidu's Harbor, were you not the person who highlighted the suspicious activities of the Society?
By showing us the port's travel log?
You even highlighted the Society's activities during your compilation of the logs, so they'd be immediately visible to anyone examining the records. Moreover, the logs contained no records of the Port Authority's activities. In other words, your activities.
And what are you trying to suggest with that?
I am insinuating that you had plenty of opportunities to transfer the raw materials for imitation synth from the harbor to a boat, and then sail over to the meeting place full of floating barrels.
Once Bernard had placed the animals in the barrels, you'd open the lids and also dump in the raw materials. As long as you did it before Pierre came for his pickup, there'd be no one the wiser.
And that's how neither the trafficker nor the manufacturer knew there was a third person who supplied the raw materials, and surreptitiously operated between them.
First, you got in touch with both parties and secured the raw materials. Then you instructed Bernard to prepare the floating barrels and the animals. After that, you slipped the raw materials into the barrels next to the animals, and requested that Pierre pick up the barrels and bring them back to his base.
Pierre manufactured imitation synth using the raw materials you provided.
Bro, my brain is
animals,
spinning.
And placed the animals back into the barrels.
Bro, holy damn.
Having received the green light from you as Pierre,
Think I understand
Bernard
it.
then retrieved his animals and shipped them out of Fontaine once he had received enough for a full batch. This is the truth behind your smuggling ring.
I can't believe it. I never put 2 and 2 together.
You've sure got an extremely lively imagination.
So what do you think she's going to say next?
Ever thought about a career in writing crime novels?
Ever thought about a career in writing crime novels, huh?
Yeah.
It appears that it's quite easy to predict what you'll think or say. Then if we apply that to this case, we can also think of a few places to look for incriminating evidence. You know very well that this case will not end until Pierre is found, so you will have him commit suicide out of fear and shame to end the investigation for good.
What the fuck? Damn.
That way, you can also pin the blame for the overseas smuggling activities, the theft of the harbor's confiscated raw materials, and even the Lefebvre name on him. After all, dead men tell no tales. But you still want it to appear as if he had sent that last letter to Bernard, so you have to make sure he cannot be found until after Bernard has confessed to the authorities. To do that, you either will hide his body until you've found an appropriate time to set up a fake suicide scene, or you'll dump it someplace where it'll be hard to determine the exact time of death. Submerged in water, for instance. The location would ideally allow you to keep the body hidden for some time while also letting you keep an eye on it.
You could also keep him in a very cool environment to be handled later, or set a fire to make it look like he had burned himself to a crisp. An example of such a place may be somewhere in your own boat, or underneath the waters near Lunett's Harbor.
There are only so many options to hide a person's time of death, after all. As long as the Phantom investigates each of the possibilities in turn, they'll surely find Pierre's remains. Especially since, as the prime suspect who will now be taken into custody, you will no longer have the time to move him, or set up a fake suicide scene to cover up the murder.
How absurd. And on what grounds will you order my arrest?
Chef Reese
Don't
is here.
think for a second that your
I'm
spout of
guessing.
nonsense will amount to any kind of real argument. After all, I'm...
Elodie Lefebvre!
Oh, that's a cool scene. That's
As
a
the
cool shot.
captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol, I hereby declare you as a suspect in the case. If you have any objections, you may raise them later during interrogation.
Chef Reese, Liddy, you're here too.
That's right. We received a message from Lumiduce Harbor that you were going to investigate the Humane Society. We didn't expect to run into you at such a critical moment.
While at the harbor, we noticed something else extremely interesting. Apparently, you often used all kinds of excuses to swap your shifts. And if one were to match the times of your shifts to the activities of the Humane Society and those of certain foreign ships, they'd find them to be an exact match.
That's just a coincidence.
Yes, I'm sure you have already thought of a dozen different ways to explain away the suspicious activities. But as far as evidence goes, that should be enough to warrant taking you into custody.
Don't worry.
Damn.
If it turns out that the guards are still unable to find any evidence after all this, Lynette and I will do everything in our power to clear your name.
Although judging by her reaction, I assume no follow-up from us will be needed. The Lefebvres were infamous for using disguise and infiltration to achieve their goals. Who would have thought that they would have planted someone within the guards? Judging from the timeline, they likely arranged for you to enter the guards before the fall of the clan. But they probably didn't expect you to turn it to your advantage and use your job to save yourself during the purge. Not only that, but you actively participated in the interrogation, arrest, and judgment of the Lefebvres during their fall, thus clearing yourself of suspicion. You brutally and cruelly abandoned your allies as soon as they outlived their usefulness, just like a lizard cutting off its own tail in order to live. You've been doing this for years.
So you played me like a fool after all?
Whoa! But now he's suddenly knocked out by a sudden strike. Chef Reese, what have you done? Killed him.
What was that word you used? Ally? You think that someone as foolish as him is worthy to call himself my ally?
Oh, no, did you do it?
They were worthless scum. All of them. Not just Bernard and Pierre, but those Lefebvres too. They always just saw me as a tool. I lost all my chances of a normal life just because I was born into their lot. Not only that, but because they wanted me to become an undercover agent, they stripped me of my name, too. I had to live in constant fear of them while they were alive. And even once they were gone, I had to continue to bury my heritage and my name. Always worrying that their enemies would come knocking at the door. Do you know anything about what I've been through over all these years? My life as the last Lefebvre?
I don't, and neither do I care.
No one asked about you.
Are you for real? Aren't you a Lefebvre victim too?
Elodie, you're the only one still living under the shadow of a name. That's enough.
Damn.
Keep your hands where I can see them and do not resist arrest. If you have more to say, save it for the interrogation room.
What a joke. What a joke! Hey! Don't come any closer.
Sir, Bomb?
What's that?
Know what this is? I've secretly planted loads of explosives in the Humane Society. Just
press it now, you idiot. Sorry.
Whether they're cats, dogs, or just unlucky human employees.
I would just if I was there, I would just press
They'll all
now.
be blown up into smithereens.
I mean, you give me the chance to someone to throw something at you.
Surely, you bunch of goody two-shoes won't let that happen, right?
Oh god, Yep, sneak attack. Bam! Alright. Let's go. Wherever any of the threats, you'll let it strike as well.
What? Hey! Don't do anything stupid! Guards! Gardamex!
Damn, she died. That's why I'm like, you shouldn't, like, you, I don't give a people, I'll do this, just press the button. Jesus Christ, what are you waiting for? Like, what are you waiting for, bro? Holy God. Oh my
So
God,
I
bro.
was right after all.
Oh my God.
It's easier to deal with the person causing the problem than the problem itself.
And what about that device she had?
This is it. Looks like it's just a toy.
So she really was just bluffing. Oh, okay.
Guess that's probably why she suddenly flipped and knocked out Bernard. He probably knew that there were no explosives at the society.
She also pretended like she had a villainous breakdown, as if she had no choice but to kill to escape her life.
Well, given that she never even showed her face to Bernard and Pierre, I had my doubts that she'd have gone to the society in person to plant explosives.
Thank you for your help, everyone. I'll take them back for thorough questioning and find someone better to take over the Humane Society. I might need a few statements from everybody. Would you be able to come with me?
If statements are all you need, can Lenny provide them on my behalf? I still need to go back and explain some things to the crew. I also had an appointment with the Traveler before we got interrupted.
True, that was so long ago. Even when he said I could stop by your place?
Ah, so you do remember.
Yep.
Yes, I invited you to come over to our place. Once I'm done talking with the troupe, I'll make a nice cup of tea and bring Bonnie to wait for you outside of my door.
Aw, thanks. Meow. Meow. Oh, okay. Oh, alright, recharge with Lynette. Yeah, I think the Traveler needs to learn to recharge sometimes, you know. It's out here fighting big gods and bosses and fucking narwhals. Freaking Arlecchino soon enough. So, you know, he needs to recharge before Arlecchino, you know. Definitely needs to recharge before that. Attack!
Black tea and a cute kitty. Truly the best combo for standby mode. Want some?
A cute kitty, please. Yeah.
I see she's already starting to snuggle up to you.
About Elodie's case, are you not interested in any follow-up developments from it?
Not at all. Information is indeed very important, but if you were to try to collect every piece of information you come across, your efficiency would actually decrease. Plus, if you just think about it, what sounds more fun? Writing a statement or enjoying a tea party?
The tea party.
Great answer. That'd be my pick too. Had we not run into that case, we could have spent the entire day like this.
Damn.
But now, I'm running low on both time and energy.
The key isn't about how long you spend in standby mode. With quality time, you should be able to recharge more quickly.
You're right. I can sense it. I'm recharging very quickly at the moment.
I still have a question though. When did you start to suspect Elodie?
Something about her rubbed me the wrong way since the very beginning. But to be more precise, it was probably around the time when I saw Bonnie try to get away from her.
After you arrested Bernard, back then, Elodie tried to get close to Bonnie.
Elodie tried to get close, but Bonnie deliberately dodged her. Maybe Bonnie had tried to evade her before at Pierre's base. Or perhaps Bonnie just instinctively knew that she wasn't a good person.
Maybe.
Not everyone who likes cats is a good person. But if cats like you, you're probably alright.
Fair enough.
Humans tend to overthink things, but cats rely on their instincts, and they're pretty sharp. I mean, just look at Bonnie. She took a liking to you the moment you met.
Oh, true. True. Aw, look at that. Oh, that's cute. Adventurers, investigators, and cats. Your story has come to an end for now. Oh, God, for now. Jesus, bro, how much more? I think there's one more. It's like one that pretty much ends instantly. But damn, that's not where I expected that to go, bro. Holy shit, that was crazy. That was actually wild. After persuading Lynette, I have zero clue how to get to this one. To be honest, zero clue.
Clearly, there's some design flaw. Let's see. What? Huh? What is that really?
First one. Yes! Okay, check success. Thank God.
You make a good point.
We can just stick around here for a while, so if anyone does come looking for you, they'll find you.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
assuming Bonnie hasn't strayed too far from where she went missing, there's a chance we might bump into her owner in either the Steambird offices or the restaurant. So, stick around here in standby mode? Yeah, that suits me.
If you're going to standby mode, shall we find some cat food?
Oh, good idea. Bonnie's definitely hungry.
If you're getting cat food, shall we get some snacks for us too?
May as well. We could be here a while.
Well, since we've got cat food and snacks, let's find a place to chill.
When I was trying to find somewhere I could space out earlier, collect my thoughts, I figured the cafe might be a good shot.
Meow. Right, you
Alright
agrees.
then. Plan of action, spend the whole day spacing out. In standby mode.
Yeah, I agree too. Oh, look at that. Save, standby mode. Doing nothing is the happiest thing. Oh, cute. But yeah, okay, that took like 5 or 6 attempts just to get to that ending. Because it's hard, it's hidden behind choosing the right card, but we completed all 5 endings. We still got these 2, but we won't talk about that. But yeah, I hope everyone did enjoy my reaction to Lynette's companion mission. Look, hangout quest. But yeah, that was really good. Both of the big ones did not go to place I thought. I didn't know it was going to be like a lot of acting stuff, like going into like secrets or like finding like freaking like a threat letter and stuff. And for the other one, I didn't expect to get another version of synth and like that, and I didn't expect to go whole criminal investigation stuff. That was wild, but yeah, we're not getting a Hangout Quest next patch, 4.6, maybe 4.7. Drip marketing should be happening soon, because today is Saturday for me, so maybe this drip marketing happening soon. I probably should check Twitter, but yeah. I hope everyone did enjoy. Make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know if you like this Hangout Quest or not. I thought it was pretty good. I did like it. I think I do like Lynette's character a lot, so... Obviously, I was probably going to like this one. But yeah, I hope everyone did enjoy, and I guess I'll see everyone in the next one. Bye!